Welcome to tonight's coverage of the Full 8 Cup Challenge. This evening, we start a countdown to green from the hillsides of Bristol. Bristol, Tennessee is the site of what is going to be a thrilling night for the Neon Night Race 500 here on Maconi Entertainment. Maconi Entertainment is here bringing action from all types of racing, including this series and many others. No matter what you're racing, we can bring the action to life. My name is Justin Prince. Alongside the booth tonight is Kirk Mills. Our producer this evening is DJ Lyon, using cameras provided by Whiplash SimCams. Tonight, we're at Bristol. Bristol, baby. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be one of the crown jewels on the season, Kirk, and the cutoff for the first round of the playoff.
Absolutely. It's going to be chaotic. A lot of guys are sweating hard right now knowing what they have in store here in Bristol, Tennessee. Lovely place to go. Great casino up nearby, just up the road. Got yourself a nice looking stadium here. It's wonderful. Great racetrack, and got Pal Southern Service right down the road if you ever want a good French fry. I tell you that. 26 degrees, 30 degrees in the corners. This thing is high bank fast, and it is fun to drive. Absolutely something the drivers enjoy driving on their own. But the moment that you get other cars on the track, it gets chaotic and it gets crazy fast.
Here's a look at the playoffs coming in tonight. And Kirk, there's a major thing to mention. At least 4 different drivers in the playoffs are not here tonight. That includes Matthew Long, Alex Murray, Patrick Gitter. You also throw Andrew Dice in the mix, but he's already advanced via points. So that cut line conversation changes dramatically, to say the very least, because of that situation here.
Exactly. That's going to move Alex Murray out. We could already confirm that Alex Murray will be eliminated from the playoffs. Patrick Gitter, same situation. He is eliminated. And Matthew Long is also going to be eliminated. With that in mind, 3 of the bottom spots are already taken up. That means that on the cut line, below by 1 point, will be Matt DeCiani going into this. So he's got to be able to outscore Sean O'Brien, Derek Heitman, or one of these guys ahead of him just by a handful of points. If he's able to do that, he might be able to actually come out of here with a free advancement into the next round.
Your best the rest looks like this, by the way, after Robert Miller broke through at Darlington, didn't take part at Gateway last week. Bobby Anderson, Stephen Williams right behind him. So things look pretty spread apart a little bit in the points for the best of the rest, at least, in the battle for 17th place and the 2025 standings. Here's your race analysis brought to you by Maconi Setup Shop here tonight. 500 laps, as you would expect in FLCC. The stages, laps 125 and 250. There is a tire limit of 10 in the pit lane here this evening. That's including the set on the car. And remember, these drivers don't have any fast repairs, so if they get involved in any trouble, well, you're going to have a long time down pit road. It was Clinton Hoffman who broke through last time out in the shadow of St. Louis over in Madison, Illinois. Picked up the win to be able to punch his ticket forward for the playoffs. The 92 machine, one of the fast drivers throughout the campaign. Now, will look to prove himself here tonight here at Kirk. We're just about set to roll through, though, as the starting grid. It's coming up, qualifying taking place throughout the day, yesterday, and today. Let's find out how they'll start from the last great Coliseum. Some neon paint schemes. The best looking paint scheme gets an award tonight. Joseph Galana did not put a neon paint scheme on. He starts in first tonight. Lucas Hoitzma is very much neonified. He will start in second position. Clayton Hoffman starts in third alongside Matt DeCiani amongst the top 4. Fifth goes the way of Andrew Dyson, who is here tonight. So it will be Jonathan Delaney in the 6th position. 7th goes the way of Ralph Hutchison, and then it's going to be Paul Hill in the 8th spot. Neil Pearson starts off in 9th, and Sean O'Brien Jr. gets a top 10 starting spot here, Kirk.
Well, starting in 11th tonight will be Jacob Simpson, and to their outside will be the 12 of Nicholas Vroman. Starting at 13th tonight will be William Owens, who won one of the Bristol 500.
Sean O'Brien Jr.
Well, start will be the 12 of Nicholas starting at Owens, one of the Bristol, starting in 15. Stone in the 57 car, and his outside will be the 81 of Brandon Hastings, starting 16th. 17th will be the driver, Billy Brickley, and his outside will be Tanner Marty. Starting in 19th tonight will be the driver of the number 76, Derek Heitman, has a long way to go to get some points, and Alex Coffey starting 20th.
Coffey slid in qualifying from what I heard. Daniel Leone start 21st tonight in 32. Kevin Soziak makes an appearance in the 37. Start in 22nd. Adam Benefiel starts 23rd in the 83. Evan Mesnard's 73 car starts on the outside. Cliff Mullins makes a rare appearance tonight for 25th. Thomas Komacheski will start 26th in the gold paint scheme. Devin Maduro starts off 27th in the purple ghost. Then it's Chad Center who will start 28th. And rounding out the field tonight, Stephen Williams here tonight from Bristol. Of note, looks like Center will start from pit road for tonight's festivities. Everybody else is here as we get ready for the start of this one, Kirk. Going to be a fun night for Bristol.
Oh, you're saying that for sure. Absolutely. Coming through turns 3 and 4 right now, man. Reach down, pull them belts tight one more time. That pace car is going to go ahead and dive on down into the pit lane. Here we go from Bristol, baby. Coming out of the corner. Boogity, boogity, boogity. Let's go racing, boys.
Outside line, Lucas Hoitzma takes the lead to start things off. He's able to take the lead with the pole. Daniel Wallen also started from pit road, it appears, for tonight. But Hoffman amongst those trying to get in line. Most of the field doing the opposite of what we've seen for years here. The top usually is the way to go. Not tonight. With the changes, Bristol has the bottom going.
Yeah, iRacing like to scare us and throw out some what we like to call ghost updates, where they don't tell us that they're changing something when they change something. So we didn't know that their cars were going to be different. But on Monday, you work all week, the previous week, to build a setup, and then they get the new update and completely changes how the car drives. So they've been working extra hard this week to try and build a product, every team that's going to be able to be out here and be competitive. So right now, Lucas Hoitzma, our current top spot right now, fastest lap time, he won here in the spring. So he's somebody that's definitely going to have a big old check mark on this race right here. But looking through the field here, DeCiani's lost a couple spots since the restart, dropped back to 6th. But Dyson went up from 8th up to 4th. So Dyson's having a great start to this race as DeCiani is falling down the running order a little bit.
Yeah, at this point, everyone's just trying to run in their own single file lines here for the most part. Race lead is heating up already here, by the way. That's because Quentin Hoffman is trying to poke inside, outside every line. He's one of the few trying to run that middle line, but he's snapping loose here.
Yeah, something I'm thinking about, something cool about that Hoffman character right there. He actually has the most stage points and playoff points of anybody. Playoff points, stage points. He has 286 stage points already this year. Guy's crazy. So with that, that's good for him. But he's in a position right now after he got his first win. He doesn't need to worry. It's a comfortable race for him. He can just relax if he really wants to. He can start pulling out some crazy strategies to see what's going on. So I think it's going to be interesting to pay attention to that all night.
Yeah, right now we're seeing it feel like old Bristol, where you have to be at the bottom of the racetrack. Might have to move people out of the way to get jobs done here. William Owens wants those. That's trying to use a bit of a double diamond line in the heart of the field in this 30 machine. He's had a lot of ups and downs this season, but he, along with some of these others, just trying to keep close to that yellow line and not deviate too much here.
You know, with this in mind, we got that bottom line. These guys that are up in the front three. These guys like you got drivers like Lucas Hoytsma, you got Clayton Hoffman there, and of course you got Joseph Galata. These guys are burning their stuff right now. They are miles ahead of everybody else. Dyson though has there's a huge gap back to Dyson, and there's a reason for that. I think Dyson's saving some things here to try and last a little longer, and we might see both him and Delaney chase down those three later in the run if we keep it green. But right now they're side by side in the back of the field right now with this green car of Sean O'Brien Jr. Remember, he's trying to make the playoffs here. He's trying to do the best he can. He qualified 10th today. He's right now running in the 11th spot, trying to hang on to position, but he's stuck on the outside right now.
I think if anything, he's trying to make the outside work, because prior to the updates, middle to top had been the rolling point. You could run the middle to have that balance of tire saving and speed, but the bottom used to be just the way to save tire around here, quite simply. For many years on the iRacing service, not tonight, and O'Brien elects to just stay on the bottom and roll it around the said bottom surface. Looks like Jacob Simpson might be able to pressurize 65 off said bottom of the racetrack, but isn't working this time.
When you got a blinking car like that, that doesn't help very much either. You don't know where they are. There they are. They just came back. That's, again, Jacob Simpson in the 2 car there. Very interesting night tonight. There's a huge battle right behind them, though. Right here, William Owens in the 30 and the 81 of Brandon Hastings just behind them. These guys are non-playoff guys battling side by side for position. This is back here a little further back for the top 15 spot. Hastings got it on the bottom, but the 30 car wants it on the top. Trying to make a move here. Let's see if he's able to make it work here. I think the 30 cars are able to roll the top a little better than the bottom, and just like that, able to make a pass on Brandon Hastings.
So how do you set up a pass here is the major question, because looks like at the very least drivers can get the run side by side here, but we've just seen Hastings find something to make a move. How would you set up a pass here to be able to actually move forward on the bottom?
Well, there's essentially 2 ways you can do it. You can go up to the top and, you can try and carry the momentum off the exit of the corner, but that's dangerous knowing how that top line hasn't really been worked in yet. But we'll start seeing more cars drift up towards the top the longer we run, about towards the middle. But you want to avoid that black line all the way up at the top of the racetrack. If you get up in that stuff, you start getting loose and that thing starts spinning out on you. You don't want to have that happen, so you want to stay out of the marbles up top. But in the meantime, while we're cleaning up the middle of the track, that's where you're going to get most of the runs. That's where you're going to make most of the moves. 30 car flirting with that line there. But I can tell you that the other way is by using the front bumper. You can just go ahead and move them up out of the way or dive it into the corner, hoping that they will give you the lane on the bottom. That's the other way you can make a pass. Or wait for them to make a mistake and screw up. But it's very hard to find that moment and still be prepared to take advantage of that moment. And mostly that would happen later in the run, though, whenever they start moving up higher on the racetrack.
Nolan Hodgson, by the way, just pure yellow tonight for the 12. I think he chose the wrong manufacturer. Usually he's a Chevy, Kirk. I think he accidentally clicked Toyota and just didn't have a paint scheme loaded up on it, because that's also a generic number.
Yeah, you hate to see it. That happens sometimes, though. Up front for the lead, though. Here goes the 97, just like that. Galata is able to get on by to the outside. There goes new leader, Joseph Galata. That 99 car showing he's got some speed early on here in this Bristol race. And we've seen it week in and week out. That 99's got so much speed behind the wheel.
Yeah, he has been lightning quick ever since he started running these races here. If he would have ran the full season, he might be in the contender for the championship.
Oh, no doubt.
Yeah, at this point, he's just here to win, baby. And is tonight going to be the night for the Bigfoot Chassis Collective machine? We'll have to see.
Yeah, he's already won once this year. He was able to win over at Richmond by just dominating the entire race, another short track. So, with this in mind, this guy's kind of a short track specialist right now, so it's working out for him. But now we take a look at Neil Pearson and Nicholas Vroman. Vroman moving up another spot, up to 9th now, as he's trying to chase down Ralph Hutchinson, another playoff driver just ahead of him.
Said thank you very much on the radio, by the way, for the moves. So Vroom Vroom getting some good favor from some of his competitors here. Nicholas Vroman having a nice solid line here. Will say the leaders have moved up, but the caution flag is out for William Owens. The 30 machine is around and puts us under yellow off the nose of the 76.
Looks like that he was running that top line longer than anybody else.
From some of his competitors.
Not a great start to the race, but luckily for him, we got 500 laps to go. 500 laps in this race. He's got plenty of time to get that damage repaired, get back out there, and try and get a good finish tonight. But Galata, he was able to make the pass before the caution came out. He is going to be our current leader. With that in mind, I mean, I think he's in one heck of a spot, but he's got that 92 breathing down his neck too. Another really good stage driver right there. He's able to get a lot of stage points. It looks like some will choose to head down.
Interesting enough, the first wave around Lucas Hoytsma came in as the pace car came out. Now Jonathan Delaney, Cliff Owens, Stephen Williams, William Owens, Daniel Owen, Chad Center, the others elected to come down. So taking a big gamble here, because with the way the stage looks, you can make it on the gas. Tires is another story here potentially.
Delaney's actually taking tires. He pitted from around third place. He was in a good spot, that 6 car. So with that in mind, seeing him come down is kind of a surprise. I didn't expect that this early, but we'll have to see how that strategy plays out. I mean, you could really make that work, but track position really is king here at Bristol. So we'll see if he's able to take advantage of a pit cycle a little later, if we get another caution.
He's going to be back along with Hoytsma, 23rd, 24th spot here on a restart. So a lot of track position lost here and a lot of gambling that you'll be able to make it through the pack. What's been a pack, hard to pass it. Galata chose the top of the restart. He starts alongside Clayton Hoffman, Andrew Dyson, Matt DiCiani amongst the top 4. DiCiani bottom, Dyson top. Then Paul Hill and Ralph Hutchinson, Nicholas Roman and Neil Pearson, followed by Nolan Hodgson and Sean O'Brien Jr. amongst your top 10. Here we come, coming up to the restart. Pace car drops off to safety at pit road as they come up to the Echo Park restart zone on the sim, backing away.
All right, heading into the corner. Let's take a look at this one. See how they handle it.
Well, handled well to the bottom. Galata had started moving up top before the caution. Dyson is trying to move up top already. Some of the others forced to try and get the top line working because they haven't cleared yet.
The entirety of the top 4 have really gotten comfortable, but right there, you're seeing it right there. That's 62. Neil Pearson trying to make that outside line work here. Kind of got a long way to go to be able to make it happen, as it looks like we had a little bit of a stack up here at the back of the field. That was interesting. It looks like that may have been Lucas Hoytsma, actually.
Yeah, right now Hoytsma, amongst those who had already pit, taken a slide as a result of things. Not good for their track position game as you see some of the side-by-side with Hastings and Simpson.
Big crash on the backstretch. Oh boy, heavy hit to the inside wall for a green car. And Delaney's involved, but he's already locked in, so he doesn't necessarily need to worry too much. I mean, it's not the worst day of his life, but definitely not something he wanted to have happen early in this race.
So Delaney's the trigger. Let's see why. Chad Santa also got collected into this incident. Stephen Williams was the green car. Good job walking down, but in the middle of the track. Wow!
Whoa, a flip at Bristol. What? That was wild. And I mean, you don't see that every day. Stephen Williams in the 98. That car, like, it looked fine. That car didn't look too bad. Let's see. He was upside down.
Yeah, just minding his own business, driving, then boom, lock it down next time through, next corner.
Yeah, I mean, I'd like to ride on board with him, see how that may look, but I don't see the outside first. Checks up big time checkup. Stop. What? That must have been tire on tire contact or some sort of glitch because he's also inside the 6 car there. So that is questionable. That was strange. Hopefully his car's not too broken up.
Apologies from Delaney on the radio saying he lost talent. In our words, I made a major mistake.
It happens. Oh my gosh, man. One heck of a ride. Able to, I think that 98, I am curious to see if he's able to stay out there on a racetrack.
Yeah, Delaney, champion when it comes to some of these full length races. I think avoided most damage there, but he is in pit road for a lengthy period actually. So he will have to get repairs done. Yeah, now the crumple is up there. Yes, on the right front and the right rear. But the field itself, it's already doubling up. Joseph Galata still on the outside again. Got a good launch last time on the high side, Kirk.
You know, that high side's the best lane to restart in on these on Bristol. It just seems to be that way. We saw it there on that initial start. Whenever he started on the bottom, he had to start on the bottom that time. He dropped like a rock. It was a problem. I mean, it didn't help him at all. But now knowing the situation and what we have going, I mean, he knows now he needs to restart top every single restart. He's got that 92 on the bottom, DeCiani on his tail. We'll see how this goes.
Green flag is out. We're backing away. Joseph Galata with a good launch. The rest of the field now rumbles its way to the corners. Hoffman already single filed out, but the rest of the field tries to work itself double file. Look at that, the 99. Oh, O'Brien's in the wall.
Yeah, big problem for O'Brien. He did not need that. He was on the cut line. He's got a lot of right side damage. He is very slow on the outside lane right now, trying to hang on to the race car.
Doesn't look anything cosmetic on the right side. The left side scraped up, though.
Yeah, he hit the wall real hard. Take a look right here. Let's see how it happened. I think he may have just gotten a little loose. We'll see if he had any help. Yeah, no, he just got loose. Right out in the outside wall contact on the left side from the 12 car, Nolan Hodgson. Also somebody who's not locked in, so got to pay attention to that damage for the rest of the night. How bad did that hurt the 12?
An RHM machine going to be dealing with that damage the rest of the way, probably, in terms of underneath the chassis. Billy Brickley, he's amongst those trying to force the high side to work here. He's up 7 from his qualified.
Oh,
Dyson's around. Dyson.
Oh, huge crash. Oh boy, just 2 cars involved right now, but it could be more. Yep, there goes 4. A few more cars slide into it. William, who was that? Is that at the 30 car? Ralph Hutchinson, that's a big deal. Meatball flag for Ralph Hutchinson. He was in just barely above the cut line.
Let's take a look here as tempers are flaring on the radio from Derek Heitman. But right there, the contact sparks it, hard hit with the 41 on the gate.
Looking at it right here, he did not need that. Ralph Hutchinson going into this race was 14 points to the good. With that move there, if he is out of the race, he has a meatball. It doesn't necessarily mean he's out, but he's got to get some luck here. He's got to fix his car. He's now in repair mode. He's got to do everything he can to keep this car going straight. If he's got a motor, he's got to keep it.
Yeah, he's seen the snap getting loose in the first place, tagging the 41, causing that. Just apologize to the radio saying, oh, I wrecked my teammate. That's a dirty self car he wrecked, actually, but regardless, he's amongst the many. Derek Heitman also came down pit road, so something's wrong with Derek Heitman's car. Overheard. Yeah, he's amongst those that are now coming down here, so see if he has extended service or not. Doesn't look like he has anything cosmetic.
Man, that was just one hard crash. And you know that when you're in the playoffs, you just cannot have moments like that. That is exactly how you get out of these races, and it does not help you. Luckily for him, I mean, it's the engine still in the car. we're talking about the 8 of Ralph Hutchinson here, but that right front is demolished. I'm looking at it right now. That damage looks like it might take more than 10, but that right front is demolished. I'm looking at it right now. That damage looks like it might take more than 10 minutes. We're talking about the 8 of Ralph Hutchinson. Demolished. I'm 10 minutes to get sure, but they're gone. Difficult from here.
Yep, this is going to be a lengthy period for Hutchinson with the meatball flag here. Dyson at least has the ability to keep going. But I'll see what happens now. Already Dyson locked in on point. Joseph Galata. But he control things yet again with the 1 to go signal for this restart. Cutting Hoffman, Neil Pearson now is up to 3rd with everything. Matt DeCiani amongst the top 4.
Gonna have another restart. Here we go. Let's see how long it takes.
Green flag is out. We're backing away. Outside line gang gets the jump. This time the dirty self entry of Pearson able to get a great run with the leader.
Up to 2nd for that 62 car. Hey, I mean, that's pretty good out of the gate, but he's got Hoffman breathing down his neck now, so don't think that's going to last for a very long time. But remember, every lap that 8 car loses, it's going to be harder and harder to come back from it. But O'Brien just got up into the outside wall towards the back of the field again. That's the 65 of Sean O'Brien Jr. I mean, it's all a matter of how fast can he get that damage repaired and get back out on the racetrack. He needs to get out there as quick as possible. Forget the optional. He needs to just take the required and go.
Yeah, we'll have to see right now what happens for some of the others like Hodgson we're seeing on the screen. You know who's cutting through the field here? Well, the representatives of PSI, Alex Coffey. He's been able to slice through this traffic. He mentioned earlier today that when he put in for the money lap, he actually nearly spun the car out. Was able to say lap, he actually nearly spun the car out. Was able to save the car and still put himself in 20th position. Right now, doing a solid job being able to make his way through some of this traffic here and make up spots. Right now running in the 10th spot.
He's got a long way to go, though. It's just giant blockade right in front of him. Neil Pearson's kind of holding up 3rd place on back right here. Neil on the top. You got the 44 of Billy Brickley. What a row. Oh, hang on to it. He's wrecking on the front stretch. He's around the 44. Hard into the inside wall. Caution's going to come out.
Back at our yellow once again, and the cautions continue to breed cautions after a long run to start. Not anymore. Yeah, a quick snap around. We'll see on the replay here that crushes the 44's front end. They're fighting hard up towards the front here.
Neon colors all over that car. He just got loose. Car just decided it didn't like going in the right direction, so turned right down the hill. Hate to see it. Front left damage. I'm sure he'll come down and try and get as much of that fixed as possible. This only helps the 8 car here of Ralph Hutchinson. He needs that to happen. He needs as many cautions in a row to get this damage repaired and get back out there as possible. He needs to have that done if he can. I don't know if the damage is terminal or not, but with that in mind, we'll see if he's able to recover as everybody comes down pit road. I see the 92 of Hoffman down on pit road as we have EOL for Billy Brickley there.
Yeah, he's the one supposed to just duck down pit road. You know, Pearson came down, Nichols, Roman coming down from. So it's becoming a bit of a tire roulette, so to speak, on terms of some of these choices here. Lucas Hoytsma is the first of those who have come down pit road, in fact, on the racetrack in the 8th spot. The next close is Derek Heitman, 14th position at the moment. So we're about halfway through the run in the first place, so I guess you can say, why not take some tires here and try and see where things play out the rest of the stint?
Perhaps that'd be a good idea. I mean, at this point, everybody's going to be on different strategies, but I think it's not going to be like the right time to pit versus not pit. I think we're going to see people try to take advantage of track position. That's the #1 priority here, is being able to have the track position up front. If you got it, then you got a whole lot of easy driving going your way. But If not, it's going to take you a lot of time to be able to get it back because it's so hard to pass here at Bristol. Everybody knows that. Take a look here now. Cameron Stone with that beautiful paint scheme. Got to tell you, that thing is neoned up, and it definitely looks like it can be in contention for the $200 prize.
Yeah, absolutely. Again, that being decided later tonight by league ownership, who's going to have the best looking paint scheme out of those who took part. And of course, it being a crown jewel race, so that adds to the alluringness of this event here too. So, a chance for somebody to add a crown jewel to their cap here. Restart coming up. Joseph Galata again shouting outside out his window, looking for a fire off once again. See everything outside. Paul Hill's now up to second. Cam Stone and Matt DiZiani right behind them. Green flag is out. Backing away the outside line behind the control car. Didn't really get the best of launches here.
Not at all, not that time. 26 Paul Hill. First time in the top three we've seen tonight. There he goes up to second. Got that Zen car right behind Cameron Stone, DiZiani. Cameron Stone won at a short track earlier this year, won at Martinsville. So with that in mind, I mean, he's got a good shot here to try and get himself a good finish to be able to make the playoffs. Make the next round of the playoffs, I'd rather say.
And look at this, Alex Coffey, he's trying to charge the top like Galata. So the outside taking a while to rubber on in. Some drivers are starting to intentionally run that line, including the leader.
Absolutely. The longer you run on that top line, the better it's going to get. So with that in mind, it's just because it's getting rubbered in. You got some heat in the track. Tires are going to have some rubber down. It's going to make that outside line feel a little quicker. But only for a short while. You kind of can't run it forever. You got to be able to go back to the bottom just like the 54 did. Once he found a hole, he got back down. You got to keep the tires cool. You can't overheat them. So you kind of got to go back and forth and find a happy medium somewhere.
By the way, here's the big thing about the playoffs right now. Kurt, right now Ralph Hutchinson is in panic mode. He is done. He just parked it for the night. So, what does that do now to the playoff equation is the huge question.
That's out. He's done. If he cannot continue this race, he is out of the playoffs. Nobody, well, that doesn't necessarily ruin him yet. What actually can happen statistically, we still have 26 cars out there on the racetrack on the lead lap. In the event that we have another accident where a driver who's below that driver of Ralph Hutchinson, if we have another incident that involves someone out behind him, it's out of Ralph's hands now. That's the point I'm trying to make. It can go to anybody as long as they finish the race. The new goal for every playoff driver on the racetrack is finish the race and do it with stage points if you can get them, but finish the race and finish in the top 10. If you can do that, you practically are safe. The worst that I see out there, everybody behind. Oh, wrecking on the backstretch. There goes the 98 again. Williams into the inside wall. That's going to bring out yet another caution. We'll keep talking about that here in a minute, but 98 into the inside wall.
Stephen Williams, his second hit for a caution. So, a disastrous sequence for Stephen Williams. He had been battering at the back with Wallen. He was also battling with Billy Brickley. And, well, bye-bye, race car.
Heavy hit on the inside wall. Man, hate to see it. Let's ride on board here. You see Billy Brickley very close. Almost took him out. Let's see how it looked from his angle. Bye-bye. Up in the wall.
Corner.
There we go. And bye-bye. Have a good day. He got up in the marbles, got the car loose, spun it out on the inside inches on the left front quarter panel of Billy Brickley's car.
I think the phrase Joey Logano used during the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series broadcast is the dust. And boy, is it probably dusty up there tonight, since it's not being used as much as in past years, where you just run the floorboards up against the wall just about. We'll say Joseph Galata just gave up the lead and came down pit road. Keep Paul Hill, Nolan Hodgson amongst those who just ducked down, so the 99 finally comes down for service.
He's going to have to find out how bad it is in the back of the field now. I mean, it's going to happen. You got to go to the back. Dyson into the line penalty, but he's already back there. Back to this playoff situation. It's kind of nuts, all right? So the situation here is that Ralph Hutchinson will finish 27th if Chad Center and Jonathan Delaney do not come back and try and race the cars. They are both out along with Ralph Hutchinson. So with that in mind, that means that 27th is the best he can do. And in terms of points, for 27th, I'm going to try and find out exactly how much you could earn for that spot for this particular league. And once I do, I'll come back with you and I'll have a few answers on how that's going to look here in just a short while. But we're going to watch this restart and see how the 99 can go through the field.
Let's find out how things now go here on the restart. Cam Stone shows the top. Matt DiCiani next to him. Then Lucas Hoytsma and Jacob Simpson, Adam Benefiel, and Brennan Hastings. Remember, Hoytsma is the first of those who have taken a pit stop. He pit very early in this stage. Let's keep an eye on the 97 here. With the green flag out, we're backing away.
Right. DiCiani settles into second, but not for long. There goes Hoytsma trying to make a move down to the bottom, making it too wide there for second place.
There they go with the run. Hoytsma using the fresher tires to his advantage. Derek Hyman is the next up in line, by the way, on fresher rubber here in this pack. You see some of the drivers like Simpson trying to fight on the high side while things shape up for the race lead. Keep an eye on that 76 though. He's rolling bottom and rolling those apexes much quicker.
Now if you're a driver like the 76 of Heitman here, you can see that he didn't put on the gold bars on the top of the race car. Probably driver error there, but what I can tell you is that he definitely is somebody who is in the playoffs, but he was towards the tail end of that playoff field. So he needs to have a good day today. Considering what happened to the 8 cars, they're 3 wide. Look out, here he goes through the middle just like that. 81 of Hastings had to back out of it. Just almost got involved with an incident there. They were able to keep the car going the right direction. But that 99 is cutting through the field a little faster than you'd expect right here. Look at that 99 on the bottom. Oh, Simpson's in the wall.
Simpson taking 3 wide as a result. In trouble for Hudson. Nolan Hudson. He's being collected by Marty for the caution.
Not too bad damage for the 12, though.
Yeah. He's very lucky in the middle of the field sideways. Doesn't look like he was hit outside of maybe that machine of Marty.
Contact from Daniel Llewellyn.
Yep, and right there was the little boop in the very end. Didn't cause any damage. And let's keep an eye on Llewellyn here, who had the opportunity to open up a little course of a couple laps here. You can see him just trying to roll the bottom, comes off a checkup, and then bam.
Yep, that's just all due to the stack up with the 2 car. That's really what that all stemmed from. So that's something to keep in mind. Yeah, now we're back under caution. Lap number 57.
Back under yellow, we do have a driver standing on by coming over from the infield care center. Ralph Hutchinson. Ralph, talking things over here tonight. Talk to us about what happened on that incident.
I just made a mistake on corner exit 2 there, plain and simple. All of our RHM cars have been struggling with kind of a terminal issue in the setup with where we were trying to run the car and optimize it right height-wise. We were really close in the rear, and I think I just nailed a rub block coming out of 2 there and got squirrely and took myself out, and massive apologies to Andrew Dyson as well. Just an innocent bystander and all that. And so now, as far as my playoff situation there, plus 14 coming in, I have finished 27th, too much damage to repair. So we're all going to find out together. I just have to sit here and wait, I guess.
Yeah, going to be a nerve-wracking time for you at this point. We'll say, I want to ask, Bristol, of course, Muscles that got a silent update tonight. Most of the field running the bottom that we've seen be the tire saving line in past years, where you'd see more people up top per se. How would you describe that lane difference here tonight that we're seeing here from the Bristol after the NASCAR refresh?
So it's interesting. From my feel and from our feel when we were testing, it's as though PJ1 is down on the very bottom for your left side tires. I think the tires can do it for the most part as far as a 125 lap stage and probably the distance on fuel, 175 laps. It is a matter of what kind of pace and balance you have left. And so it seemed like the top was coming in, so I was trying to move up and run the top. Really hadn't tested it a whole ton there, and that's kind of what caught me out there.
Why don't you get back to your team? Thanks for the time, Ralph.
Thanks.
Ralph Hutchinson taking time to speak with us as now he goes back to the team, and it's going to be a nerve-wracking time. You know who's up front, though, on newer tires. Car 97, Lucas Hoitzma takes the race lead and looks to go set charge. Let 35 to go.
Kulmaszewski got up into the outside wall, but he was able to keep it straight back on. But yeah, up front, doing exactly what he needs to do, taking advantage of the situation, leading, considering that he is a driver who's in a position that's a little more comfortable than everybody else. Oh, hang on to it. There goes the 92. He's around. Big crash going into the turn 3. 62 almost flips into the corner, collects the 73 of Evan Mesnard, and that's a big crash heading into the corner.
Caution flag is out once again. Well, race control trying to sort things out with all this traffic, but a lot of hard hits coming through that time through. Meatballs for Pearson, Heitman amongst those there. And we're back under caution from this overcorrect.
With that contact, that sent the 76 hard into the inside wall. Heitman most certainly is going to have a lot of damage. I don't think he's able to keep the car rolling. I think the car's dead. So, oh no, hate to see it. Contact with the 92, sends 76 down the hill. 62, another clip where a car almost flipped over here. This is almost the second near flip we have here at Bristol. Mesnard involved, Pearson involved, a few others collecting damage. The 76 was able to roll away, it looks like. He's in the pit road right now. He's going to need to get that damage repaired. He's on the tail end of that cut line as well. That's way worse, and that's exactly what Ralph wanted to see. He needed something happen to those 3 that were below the cut line to help him out.
Yeah, a lot of chaos breaking out. We'll see this on the clip. There's hopping around in the middle. Oh my. We had nearly another flip with Pearson.
You know, I think that might be rated R right there. I don't like looking underneath the rear end of a car like that. That was not good, man. That was not pretty. Oh boy.
Cautions, precautions, precautions, precautions. About half the field hit this caution flag. And we're running out of clean race cars, to say the very least. Neil Pearson just having to drag the rear after that hard contact once again. Lucas Weitzman, Capstone, Nicholas Romanet, and Benefield, the top 4, who all stay out amongst those here. Thomas Komachevsky, the first of those who came down pit road on this yellow flag. So now it becomes the question of, can you keep yourself clean for the rest of the run here? We still have 30 to go in the stage, Kirk.
We're losing cars left and right. We started this race with 29 cars out here on the racetrack. Right now, looks like we got around 25, 24. At this rate, we might have less than 5 cars on the lead lap by the end of this thing. I mean, 500 miles, man. You got to take care of your stuff. And what I always recommended is that, like, as a driver, in the early stages of the Bristol 500, I stay at the back. I never touch it. I ain't even trying to pass nobody. I'm like, go right ahead. And the only goal I have is stay ahead of the leader. That's it. And then that way, if there is a wreck, you can check up for it and miss it. You don't need to be overly aggressive here trying to get stage points because you know it's a high attrition race. So many people get out as we're going to have the restart right here, right now.
Backing away already on the racetrack. Hoytsma off and away. Cam.
So many people get out as we're going to have the restart right here, right now.
Backing away already on the racetrack. Hoytsma off and away. Cam Stone looking to hold on to second here.
That what the drivers need to do to be able to beat the points that are required to beat Ralph's 2,076 right now, which is how much you get when you're in the playoffs. So you get an extra 2,000 and then you go on the bumps, how that goes. But right now, that's how many points he's walking away with. 10 points tonight for his finishing position, as we still got this side-by-side battle here for second. Still crazy battle right now between these guys. But that 30 car, I mean, he's kind of in a strange spot. This ain't for second, sorry. This is a little further back. This is more like for the top 7 right here. Side by side with Owens and the 26 of Paul Hill on the outside. But with that 10 points, Matt DeCiani needs to score 27. Sean O'Brien Jr. needs to score 26. Derek Heitman needs 25. And with the fact that Heitman's right now currently sitting now 9 laps down, that ain't going to happen. I think that Heitman might be the one to be eliminated tonight.
And that would be an absolute big spell because he's had speed all season. It's been the type of campaign where he's been able to contend for multiple top 10s, and it's been a threat for some top 5s. But up front, how are things going with the 95? Well, Vroom's trying everything. Trying the outside now to get that rolling to the middle. Just cannot seem to get the line to work yet to get the pull he needs to get it next to the 57 yet. How does he get this line worked in, Kirk?
Well, I mean, it's just got to run it and get the temperature in the track. When you get under caution, it cools down. The dynamic track type of situation that we got right now, you need to start building some heat in that track. The hotter it is on the outside line, the better it's going to drive. It's going to go faster. So right now, just keep running his line right there. I mean, he's not running super top or even super middle. He's running like second lane up, which is really good. But just like that, it gives you a run down to the bottom, and now he forces Stone to try and run the top lane.
Stone able to get the clearance, though. Still leaving the door open from Vroman to be able to try that bottom line to get it to roll. Just cannot seem to make the pass quite yet. Less than 25 laps to go. Now in the stage and clicking away fast. This stage zooming on by now when we do get the green flag laps here tonight. Just the nature of the Bristol comes to these runs here tonight. At this point, the top 3 have pulled away by almost a full second, by the way, as Clayton Hoffman's officially done for the night.
With that in mind, that means it's over. That's it. Clayton Hoffman. So that was Hoffman. He said was out for the night, not Heitman.
Hoffman.
Oh, sorry. I thought you said Heitman. If Heitman's able to continue, he would need to have a miracle to pass all these guys to make this work. But up front, still this battle for second, still raging on pretty heavy to the point where they're actually catching the leader slightly each lap.
Here we go, second spot. Vroman finally got the run. Can he finish the job? Oh, yes, he can. Nicholas Vroman moves up to second. And now looks to set his sights on the race leader as quick as possible here. He's running out of laps, though. 12 laps to go in the stage. Make it 13. And right now he's running 15.6s. The leader's running 15.5 still. There is a driver who's going even quicker than them all, though, here. Shouldn't be surprised. Joseph Galati, even fresher tires than them all, is another 10th or so quicker than the rest of the field.
So that 99 is going to get to the back bumper. But there's a little bit of tense feelings for that 99 from most of the regulars here. After the races, they like talking about it, and like it seems like some drivers here don't necessarily enjoy racing around that 99. I think the car in front of him might have had a few things to say as well. So I'm keeping a close eye on this battle right here to see what happens, because that 99, he's quick. But we'll see if he's able to make a move here on the 57, who most certainly is not going to make it easy on him.
We're seeing that difficulty for a lot of these competitors right now to make the passes. Under 10 laps to go. Galata electing to stay on the bottom and not use the top like he was before. Hearing there was someone who just got spooked. Oh, Alex Coffey just had an issue from the top 10. He was running 6th and hit the inside wall with a snap. He's got a problem. His suspension is toast.
Let's take a look. He was on the outside of DeCiani trying to make a pass for position. Got up. I guarantee you, did he get up too high? Got loose. Hard in the inside wall, no caution. Just like that, and that probably will end that 54's day. He said RIP in chat, so I think that most certainly will.
He was having a solid night there, too. Not anymore. All this is with us coming to 5 laps to go. Lucas Hoytsma continues to hold on in front. Well, that last, a couple tenths quicker last time, a couple hundreds rather, was Vroman. Nicholas Vroman's trying to charge these corners a little bit harder right now. Let's see if that works here.
I think Vroman might catch him. I think he's going to get there.
He's trying to aim for the top. Oh, look at this. Hoytsma aimed up to the middle of the block. Vroman all over the bumper. 3 to go in the stage, coming to 2. Keeping it clean right now.
Yeah, when you get up on my back bumper, it gets him real loose, so he's got to be careful there. We'll see if that Vroman car is able to do anything. He's kind of lost that momentum he was gaining, but now he's going to the top, sending it in, side by side for the lead.
Out the door, the numbers. Now going side by side. Vroman presses the gas more. Hoytsma tries to pull him back. 1 to go in stage number 1. Nicholas Vroman rolling the top, completing the pass. Can he get the green-white checker flag? Yes, he will. Nicholas Vroman holds off Lucas Hoytsma. Galata, Stone, Hill, and Benefield, the top 6. DeCiani, Nolan Hodgson, Demaderos, and Kevin Zosiak gets a top 10 in the stage to close out stage number 1.
All right. Not bad for Vroman. Nice move. Save tires exactly the right amount. Everybody's going to be coming down pit road this time.
Quick to pit road. We'll take a quick break. Let's take a side-by-side. You're watching tonight's action on the Maconi Entertainment. You're at the FLCC.
When you want to be the best, you can't settle for the rest. For anything on iRacing, there's just one name you need, Maconi.
With the launch of Maconi Entertainment and Maconi Competizone alongside Maconi Setup Shop, we now provide the best of the best in setups, paint schemes, coaching, broadcasting, and event organization.
With cars across all 4 license classes, we have what you need to hit the track with confidence. Grab a subscription and save money while going fast at MaconiSetupShop.com/subscriptions.
And remember, at Maconi Setup Shop, there are setups, but your victories.
Welcome back to Maconi Entertainment.
Everybody else wrecks, which won't happen. We can tell you that it's going to be extremely difficult for a hype man to gain any more spots, and I don't think it's going to be possible for anybody else to lose as many spots. I can go ahead and confidently say we have now the top 12 drivers in the playoffs known for sure. Ralph Hutchinson's going to make it. Even though he got wrecked out, he's going to make the playoff. But battle for the lead right here. Take a look. Vroman on the bottom. The outside there goes that 98, 97 Hoytsma trying to make it work. And Galata is on the tail trying to make it a 3-way battle.
We know how fast Galata's been able to roll. Now Hoytsma tries to pull away. Galata using the top to his advantage. Up to second. So, again, the drivers eliminated. Alex Murray, Patrick Gitter, Matt Lawn, and unofficially, Derek Heitman. So long as things hold with him in 26th position with tonight's race. Neil Pearson did return to the race at the very least. So, now, we'll see how things play out for these drivers at the bottom of the racetrack. Now continues to be the place to be. Did have a couple drivers like Evan Mesnar lose the bottom of the racetrack. Outside of that, things hold on. Mesnar got loose off the bottom, in fact.
These cars are driving on edge. They're trying to get everything they can get. A lot of them have some damage too from previous incidents so far, so they're trying to hang on to their race cars, which are not already driving as good as they wish they would. But that 73 and the 32 of Mesnard and the wall in there, I mean, these guys have, this is a great opportunity for them. If they have a good night and a good finish, if they're able to finish out this race. A lot of cars are already out of the race, not people that would be able to stick around for too long. What I can tell you is looking at the standings here, we can confidently say that Ralph Hutchinson, Sean O'Brien Jr., Matt DeCiani, Adam Benefiel, Nicholas Froman, Cameron Stone, Nolan Hodgson, and Paul Hill, everybody in that list is going to be safe. The only ones that are out, Hypeman is out. You also got Alex Murray out. Patrick Gitter is out. And then Matthew Long is out. Those will be the ones. But right now that was going in. Now we know who's safe.
Just have to see where things finish up for the rest of the night, though. Race control just gave Brandon Hastings a connection warning. So there is a driver in the 81 having major issues. Sean O'Brien Jr., I believe, is also having issues as well on the radio. So we'll see if things stabilize for them right here as we go. Derek Heitman did return to the race, by the way, Kirk. So he is going to try and score as high as he can.
But the thing is that in this case, it would take an absolute miracle. He's just got to ride around. Mathematically, he's not eliminated, but what I could say is it would be a miracle. He would need an absolute miracle to get back into this thing.
Here we go for the race lead, though. Galata gets to the outside. Joseph Galata's been able to get that outside line to work better than most here tonight. And guess what? He's able to get the dust off of it and take the lead from Hoytsma the old-fashioned way.
I don't know about you, but when I was a kid, I would go to Bristol, stand right up next to the fence. They allowed you to do that. They had a yellow line painted on the inside. Every time those cars would come by, as a kid, I remember getting pelted by the little pieces of rubber that would come up through the fence and hit you. those things gave me nightmares. But I can tell you right now that probably still happens at this track, and it most certainly does last I heard. But then again, if you're calling it dust, it's not necessarily marbles anymore. It used to be hot rubber chunks that get put together, but now not necessarily. As we're looking at Nolan Hodgson here in the 12 car, got involved in that incident a little bit ago, but now he's catching up to the back bumper. DeCiani on the tail end of the 8th place spot, trying to move up through the field.
Trying to redeem his race right now by using the top to his advantage. And Nolan Hodgson throughout the season has shown some solid pace here. The 12 makes up an error spot, put him up to 8th with that move. And the question is going to be, is he going to be one of your threats for the championship? He was amongst the top 8 coming into the points for tonight for the playoff cut line. Do you think he's got what it takes to win the title?
Of course it is. He's won a handful of races already this year. That 12 car has shown himself to be a playoff contender, and he can do it. He's just going to need a lot of help doing it. It's really difficult. You got a lot of fast guys here. Hoytsma, Vroman, these guys I think are going to be top runners. Same thing with Delaney if he's able to finish these races. I said this a couple weeks ago, but I'll say it again. 6 car is very fast. Somebody who can win a race if he stays clean. But the moment he just right now does not have a very good habit of finishing these races. And you can see that because right now he's dead last. He's not going to finish this race today. I mean, it's just continuing the pattern of what we're seeing in the Full Length Cup Challenge, where he's constantly getting involved in accidents. So it's unfortunate for him, and I'm sure that it's something that he's aware of and working on, but hate to see it. Hate to see it 100%.
Look at some of the battles going on. Komacheski, one of the drivers closing in on contention for the best of the rest point standings. Just trying to hold on to the bottom. Evan Mesnard, a little bit quicker up there though. Komacheski, decent driver this season, almost made the playoffs as well for his own right. He's had some decent runs this season with the TWR S88.
You know, seeing that driver, he reminds me of just somebody who's really quick off the gate. He's so fast. He is early on. But then just a slight bobble once the tires start getting heated, and it really messes with his car. I think he's got a lot of talent in that 88 car, but it just maybe not the right, thing under the wheel to help him go a little quicker. I think that's the case. Now you can see it here on the board, best of the rest. He's currently 6th, 26 points out from the folks here for after round 2. So with that in mind, if we could get rid of that dang thing, I won't see that race car. There we go. Let's see that right there. 88 driving this dang thing in a corner just like that. It's something I like seeing here at Bristol, but I'll be honest. Well, normally I just saw it a few laps down with the 88 car at Bristol. It's so sad to say, but now he's sitting on the lead lap for now. 13th place. Got a nice, for him, top 10 would be a goal, I think, and I think he can do it.
We'll see. Right now, just needs to maintain and hold on to pace. Right now, Hoytsma in 3rd, Nicholas Vroman up in 2nd now. Hoytsma doing a really good job here tonight on pace. The RHM machines, we heard the discussions on ride heights with the track change here for tonight. So far, they've been able to adapt well. The 97 in particular has been flying the flag for the team, especially with Ralph Hutchinson himself out.
Yeah, that 97 is going to have to be the one to do this. But the good news for him is that Ralph Hutchinson's probably going to make the next round. He's out of the race, but he's probably going to be continuing in the next round. But what I can tell you is that with that in mind, that 41 car on the outside, he's getting lapped again. He's safe. He doesn't need to worry about nothing. I guess he can just have his nice Sunday drive here at Bristol tonight. The only driver who really can... it's all about winning the race now in my mind. I think I'm just going... the 12 car is getting side by side with somebody. Let's take a look at Nolan Hodgson if we can for a second. There he is. Devin Medeiros in the 20 car trying to battle with that 12 car. 12 is going to be able to take advantage of it, move up to 7th.
Slowly making progress in the 15.7s on pace. That's what the leaders are doing. Some of the drivers at the back running 15.8s and 16 flats. There is fall off here. 1 second of fall off with the course of 36 laps. So far with the way this track is, that is a lot of it. compared to what we're normally used to.
NASCAR would love to see those results in real life. That's a promise. Oh boy. Right now, those things, I don't know what it looks like right now, but we'll take a look at it after the race. But for now, we're going to do a quick crank it up. I want to hear these engines. Let's see how the heck this sounds.
Let's crank it up.
I want to hear these engines.
The car sounds here around Bristol. So we zoom through a long run, less than 100 laps to go in stage 2, specifically 80. But that can go by in a flash if you add it up minute by minute. Right now, Evan Mesnard, Alonso's moving at the back of the field. He's able to get into the top 10, in fact. Had some wiggles to start the run, but he's one of the drivers that under the radar went with the neon look.
I really like that paint scheme. I mean, I tell you what, that 73, he's a driver that is consistently one of those guys that I kind of like to root for as an underdog. He's got a lot of speed in that 73 car, but I mean, to say the least, is just that he hasn't had like a winning speed or even top 10 speed. He's somebody who's quick, but not necessarily getting the results he wants. And he's just getting involved in other people's mistakes a few times. We saw that already in this race. He got spun out after that big wreck we saw earlier with the 8 car. So, I mean, at 73, just in a wrong position, wrong time, but he's able to recover from it. Now he's running 10th, top 10 spot for him. But remember, this race is going to be seeing some lap traffic. So if we can go up to the leader right now, Galata, I think Galata is starting to catch a handful of lap cars. Next one on his sights being the driver of the number 82, Cliff Mullins, right up ahead of him as we got the side-by-side battle right here. Billy Brickley and Cameron Stone. I think Brickley just let him by.
You're seeing that right here with the race leaders. And the more laps return, the more traffic that's going to come into play. Jacob Simpson in line to be lapped. Cliff Mullins already at the tail end, going to run the high side here. Brennan Hastings at range of being lapped soon. Then it'll be Tanner Martion back. Kind of showcases the, Galata just followed and hit the car. No issues though. Mullins moves up even higher as a result. But what was I going to say? Yeah, lap traffic was going to be a factor regardless here tonight, Kirk. It's just how well you play it.
Yeah, and if you are the lap car, the 82, I mean, he's running a line that nobody else wants to run, which is exactly where you go as a lap car. But now Vroman, remember, we saw him have long run speed last time by. He was able to go from the back to the front and win the stage on the last lap with the last lap pass. So with that in mind, he's now starting to move his way forward to the back bumper Galata. I think he's getting there. Seeing more cars get up into the fence. I saw the 32 of the wall and get up into the wall a little bit that time, but able to keep the car straight. This saw Stephen Williams also up in the wall a little bit as well.
Yeah, we're seeing a lot of these drivers starting to actually move up more and more. A lot of drivers running the middle rather than just the bottom of the racetrack. I think that comfortability with the higher lines is absolutely there. Still, the bottom's there for the tire saving, but the speed is there to be able to move around and find grip, to be able to find where the rubber buildup is really planting itself down.
You know, one of my favorite views of this track while we're looking at it is up right into entry of turns 1 and 2, way up in the grandstands looking down on the thing. You don't even have to turn your head to look at the cars. Those things just are so straight on. Like this view right here, it's one of my favorite views in all of motorsports. You don't have to turn your head and you get to see everything. It's really interesting. And so if you ever get a chance to go to Bristol, I always recommend, this is actually 3 and 4, it works as well, but 1 and 2 is pretty good as well. And as long as you can see the whole track, I mean, it looks beautiful. I love this racetrack.
Yeah, beautiful track. It's one of my favorites too, especially in the past when it came to racing. Even though it wasn't the best for my competitiveness, I will say personally, it was a track that is always very fun, just with the nature of how much you can carry the speed and be able to put on some battles here at Bristol Motor Speedway. Nicholas Roman trying to find a way to battle for the race. Lead is a little bit quicker than the leader. Past 10 laps, about half a tenth quicker than the 99 on the average. Speed is definitely there from Vroom. The question is, can he find a way to go Vroom around the inside or outside?
I'm not sure. We're going to find out. I mean, he's going to have the speed to do it. We know he can catch him. That's good. But now it's all about getting by him. Those are the only 2 cars that are within reach there. The next car isn't until you get the Hoytsma about 2.5 to almost 3 seconds back. So this is the real battle for the win here is going to be, I think, right now between these 2. By win, I mean stage win. If these guys stay green to the stage, it's going to be between these 2.
Yeah. These 2 are knockout quick. They pull it away by 2 seconds, by the way, over Hoytsma and Stone and company. These 2 just lightning fast. 96 laps left for Galata, 6 for Roman.
Whoa! He just almost lost that car. That car did some bobbles. Here goes Roman to the top.
Here we go. Galata's losing it. He just nearly lost it again. Roman passes on the outside for the lead.
99's getting way looser than he'd like. I think as we're going into the night, that 99's showing a loose condition. He needs to fix that. Maybe raise the right rear up a little bit, and maybe that might give him a little bit more comfort in terms of getting the car a little tighter. But he's so fast. I don't know if I'd touch the thing. I mean, short run. But this long run definitely showing the flaws as we're getting down to lower track temp there. And there is this battle going right now across the start-finish line. This wild battle right here. Yep, you're looking right at it. The 83, Benefiel. He's right now sitting in 4th, trying to catch up to the back bumper of Hoytsma. And you also see Cameron Stone there, also trying to do the exact same thing. Running the top line, trying to make it work. I'm noticing the cars are migrating further and further up towards the top. And I think the lap cars have a big part of that, because the lap cars have been going up to the very top and trying to avoid, getting hit. Because of that, you can go up higher on the racetrack. They cleared the marbles for them, as it looks like Benefiel's making a move down to the bottom.
Trying to get the move done. This would be for 3rd. Get Benefiel clear on by. Hoytsma has good straight line speed because of that higher groove, but there's so much center roll when it comes to the apexes for Benefiel. Still coming up to almost 200 laps complete coming up here. Benefiel just needs to find a way to clear, and right now he's doing a great job here tonight. He seems to have a long run car, and now he's up to 3rd with it. Remember, stage ends lap 250. 250 laps down at the halfway part of the race will be when this stage ends here. And these drivers can, theoretically, make it on gas, as some have said already.
Now, I mean, with that in mind, it's going to be good for them. They can make it on gas. Taking a look there, I mean, Benefiel's been on a march, man. That doesn't necessarily mean that he's burned his stuff up. He's been doing it methodically, step by step. And because of that, he's up 26, 20 spots from where he started. I mean, wow. That is absolutely phenomenal to see that. He started 23rd, he's up to 3rd, so 20 spots, that's what it was. So with that in mind, I mean, he's in a great spot. The only thing I see now is that everybody's kind of strung out. There's not that much. When there is side-by-side, it's normally with lap cars. But when you look at the whole track as a whole, I mean, there's not a second where you don't see a car. Look, you're going to have a car on the screen at every second that you're looking at this picture, because they're always going to be coming into frame. You're never going to find an empty part of the racetrack. It's going to be full all the way around, and when it gets strung out like this, it gets a little hectic because someone's on the apron here coming out of the pit lane heading into one. Who is that? That's the Dyson car, 41 car, slow, multiple laps down, heading into the pit lane, probably going to retire.
Yeah, so some drivers having some issues. Still seeing Sean O'Brien trucking along, by the way, holding on to 12, but Komacheski trying to find the coal train to get around. They're near even on pace. It's the 12, but Komacheski trying to find the coal train to get around. They're near even on pace. See them searching around for clean space right now. Komacheski now having to deal with the traffic, though. That's the thing. Some of this lap traffic referring to the bottom of the racetrack, really forcing these drivers to get that outside of work sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, but they're clearing it. There's drivers like Tanner Marty right now in 29. He had to go way up into the marbles to try and get out of the way of some other cars that are a little faster than him right now. So with that in mind, I mean, they're clearing that little dust or whatever you want to call it. They're clearing that top line, and you can get higher and higher on the racetrack when that happens. Wallen chooses to come down pit road just that time.
Yeah, he was the driver that was down low in the lap traffic just moments ago. I believe they are reaching more lap traffic. Cliff Mullins as well, who prefers the top. And that's the major thing. Be predictable with the lap traffic is always the mantra we talk about, Kirk. And that's the thing. Sometimes some drivers have different preferences than others, and that makes it hard to predict if you aren't aware of that driver's set preferences.
That's absolutely right. Longer you go, you now with Bristol races, a lot of the guys that you normally run around and get involved in accidents. So when that happens, you're going to start seeing drivers probably haven't run around all year. Drivers like, for example, Devin Medeiros running in 9th right now, running around DeCiani. Those two cars are rarely near each other, but the 4 car and the 20 car now are separated by a few seconds. But that's an example of you're around new cars here, and then when you're passing lap cars, you get to see the cars that are running tail end of the field a little more often, and it's a little more difficult to get by them because you start to realize how they like to get past, and then you just kind of get in a rhythm of learning how to do that. You can see right here, that's Mesnard making a move on Medeiros. That is 4th position, moving him up to the 9th place spot.
Yeah, Daryl's doing a good job in terms of the moves here. Mesnard doing a really good job, though, to answer that point, as you said. He seems to have a decent long-run car, but the problem is they're about to fall a lap down here. The leaders are already zipping towards them by 2 to 3 tenths a lap.
So looking at this race right here, nobody in the playoffs wants to see a caution. Nobody wants to be the caution, of course. But right there, I mean, I'm starting to see the leader just got by a playoff driver by the name of Sean O'Brien Jr., just like that. He was able to make a pass and get on by. This is important now. We're almost to the point where he's lapping all the way up to 11th place right now.
Yeah, right now, they have a good chance of lapping the vast majority of the field here. About only 8 cars are running the same type of pace as the rest of the field here. I mean, as the leader should say. The rest of the field's off by a couple tenths a lap. They've been playing themselves very right around this field. It's going to be very interesting where some of these even-footed battles really come into play with this lap traffic in the next little bit, especially Mesnard and Medeiros in the next few moments or so. You see them all lined up, getting around some of these cars.
Yeah, we're going to stay with the leaders here because they're going to have to navigate their way through traffic, and right now they're catching up to the tail end of the top 10. And I think with that in mind, we might start seeing these guys able to lap all the way up to maybe 8th if they are able to keep pushing and we make it to lap 250 without a caution. That's what I'm looking at here, and that's a big deal because DeCiani's a playoff driver, needs every point he can get. Even though that he's in a pretty comfortable spot here, as long as he keeps the car on track and finishes in the top 12, I think he'll be fine. But I mean, it looks pretty easy for them right now, but they still got to navigate this lap traffic every handful of corners.
Yeah, we'll see. Right now, see the line differences. Next up to be lapped is actually going to be Madero's. Madero's hugs the bottom, falls a lap down, gets put down side by side in front of them. Could be a bit of a factor. As Narn making his way around the inside in front of these drivers. Simpson on the outside. That's going to check the leaders up potentially. In fact, Simpson's in the marbles, in the wall.
Able to get on by him, though. He's able to keep the car straight, doing exactly what he has to do here. I gotta say, it is interesting to say the least on how these guys are driving right now. It's just knowing how fast the top two are. I think that these two are going to be the ones to drive as hard as they can. The rest of the field is just not on the same planet as these top two, Roman and Galata.
Yeah, right now they are just trying to keep themselves as clean as possible. Still 25 more laps this time by to go in the stage. Mesdar not making it easy to lap him, though. Oh, lap traffic in front of him made it easy.
Almost actually caused a big wreck there, and that was very close. Mesnard almost got involved in a big one right there. He's able to hang on to it, though, and not collect the leader. Leader's next person on his sights, Matt DiCiani, who's right now exiting turn 4. Leader's right now entering turn 3. So he's got to catch up this whole corner, pretty much a front straightaway, in order to get on by him. It's going to be a while.
Yeah, right now it's going to be a long while to get up to DiCiani. DiCiani running 16.1s last time by. It's going to take probably till before the stage even ends to be able to have a shot to do that. Still 3 seconds over Benefield. Benefield's pulled away 2 seconds in front of Camp Stone. He's pulled away in our 2.5 over Paul Hill. Weitzman and Hodgson is the closest battle amongst those not in the lead group. And that's separating.
Oh, wrecking on the back straightaway. One car's in the inside wall. It's a 37. A Zodiac caution's got to come out.
Kevin Zodiac around, and we're under yellow. The Ladybug is destroyed. And this will change a lot for this stage.
Absolutely. Now you got a decision. Do you want to stay out on old tires, or do you want to come down and get some fresh ones? If you're a lap down, you stay out. But if you're a lead lap car, I mean, you might think about coming down, but if you really want to, you could trap everyone a lap down. But a lot of cars are coming down pit road right now. We'll see what they all decide to do. It looks like everybody's in the pit lane, all of them. So in that case, there's going to be wave rounds. Some of them will be able to get around, but knowing that the stage end is here in a minute, I would probably stay out and take the wave around this time. Then when the stage hits, you can come down and get tires.
And Mesnard does get the lucky dog this caution period. Sean O'Brien Jr. and Brandon Hastings are the two drivers that also appear to have stayed out to try and take a wave around to maintain lead lap status. But Vroman, that's the first out. We'll see how the race goes. It's going to go to Vroom Vroom. And this was shaping up to be a really good run overall before this caution flag now, Kirk. And now, feel going to have a lot more different run here to be able to battle for the next little bit.
Absolutely. Looks like the drivers that are going to end up taking this wave around here, I think, are going to be few cars that are in position to be able to do that. I believe it would be drivers like Sean O'Brien Jr. and Brandon Hastings. Those two guys doing that is the best decision they can make right now. They're going to be able to be a few seconds slower, about a second slower, a little over that. So with that in mind, they only got to last a handful of laps. We're on lap 233. They got to make it to lap 250. So with that in mind, with having cautions happen, I mean, I think it's a smart move to stay out, because now whenever the stage hits, some person might stay out and save a set. So with that in mind, I would not have have pitted that time if you were a lap down.
Yeah, this is going to get interesting here. It's the way brown cards get sorted out and the field gets regrouped. So again, on the lead lap, just 11 cars, 11. And we'll see how this restart plays out with Galata up top. And believe he got the control car status somehow over Vroman. Green flag is out. Back it away. And there goes the 99 on the charge. As a result there, so for those wondering again, yes, Galata got. And there goes the 99 on the charge. As a result there, so for those wondering again, yes, Galata got control despite Vroman.
Album, but they're pretty much safe. Most of them are, so not necessary 100%. Don't need to push 100% here, but good to get what you can.
Yeah, we're seeing for Nolan Hodgson just maintaining his momentum. Lucas Hoitzma looking to pressurize the 12. Just cannot seem to be able to build up the run. Remember, Lucas Hoitzma fell off on the last run a significant margin. Doing a good job to be able to tighten up, though. Hudson hit the wall.
Nolan's been getting up pretty tight on the exit of these corners on restarts. I'm noticing that as we go on these restarts, a bunch of them, he gets real tight, gets up in the wall, like, just like that. He's done it now 3 laps in a row. So slight adjustments might be needed for short run, but as long as he's good on the long run, maybe I wouldn't touch it.
Less than 10 laps to go in the stage. Joseph Galata controls the field as we continue to see this battle up front. The old banana still keeps the outside. Hodgson sees Hoitzma hit the apron. Got a little bit squirrely from that. Able to hold on as Benefield tries to position himself 2 here. Great battle going on to end the stage.
Leaders crossing the stripe just a handful of seconds ago, but with that in mind, I'm looking right now at the leader versus those cars that stayed out and got the wave around. It is going to be close, very close for some of these guys. Drivers like Brandon Hastings, he looks like he's going to be safe. Same thing with Sean O'Brien Jr. I think they're going to be safe. But right there, look at the move. He moved him up into the wall. What a move there.
Lucas Hoitzma got loose in the middle of the corner, then had to straighten it out. Don't believe they actually made contact, though, Kirk. Just able to keep going.
Promptly apologized to the cars around him.
Well, so check them all up. It's very much so for 4th on back here for stage points. Less than 5 laps to work with. Joseph Galata, though, again, the short run monster. Able to show why Bigfoot can be very scary when you give him a good set of wheels. It's 2 more times around here on the stage for Joseph Galata. Pit road is closed. It's led a fair bit here tonight. More than 100 laps, in fact, so far in the 99. Here we go. White flag is out. Final time around on the stage. Cam Stone's been able to charge up the 3rd as well to close up said stage, but it's going to be green, white, checker flag coming up for the green and orange machine. Joseph Galata takes the stage. 250 laps to go at Bristol. Galata, Roman, Stone, Hodgson, DeCiani, Hoitzma, Hill, Benefield, Mesnard, and O'Brien Jr. are that top 10 as they now have the top 10 cross.
All right, not bad. Now we got to start focusing on pit stops. Folks coming down, who stays out, who doesn't. We're going to have to pay attention to that.
We'll take a side-by-side. More coverage coming up. You're watching tonight's action for the FLCC here at Maconi Entertainment. Welcome back to Maconi Entertainment for tonight's coverage of the FLCC, where Joseph Galata controls things in front of Nicholas Vroman. Then you have Hoytsma and Hill, Benefield, Hastings amongst the top six. Some of the drivers did not pit until the second wave because of their timing on the racetrack. Green flag is out. We're backing away. A good start once again for the 99, but look at this, Paul Hill. He's got to run for second.
Saw him up in the top three early on in the race, but they hadn't had a chance to get back until this restart, so now he's trying to hang on to the outside lane.
Yeah, able to get back in line for third, though, as then he responds by booping the wall. So able to keep going, though, as the 26 machine as they settle back on in and try and get into a rhythm here. 242 laps to go. That's a long way to go. You have to make at least one pit stop here, Kirk.
Just one stop. So with that in mind, this is where I think the real Bristol race starts. Stage racing is a disgrace. Don't like it. But I do like long form racing. So right now we got 240 something laps these guys got to run. They got to start being smart. They got to start taking care of their stuff, and they're going to get exhausted if it stays green the entire time. So with that in mind, I think the main course of action now is save your tires. Don't push too hard early. Right now, Vroman, I think, is saving a little bit. And Galata's really pushing hard, trying to gain as much of an advantage as he can.
Yeah, especially since after about 60, 70 laps, he started having the wiggles, and that's where he fell off compared to the Vroman machine. Nicholas Vroman, should say. We'll see if that happens again, or if he's been able to make an adjustment the 99 has, as he scrapes the right rear for good measure to just keep on pushing forward here. 7/10 up on this short run alone. By the way, how are things going for some of the others? Well, Lucas Hoytsma, with the timing of the pit stop cycle, is up inside the top 5 again. And right now we know he's also got a fast car in the short run, Kirk.
Short run for sure, but this ain't no short run. I think it's going to be beneficial for him to back off on this short run and try to save some tire. That should be his first, second, third, and fourth priority right now, is taking care of each one of them tires. But trying to make a pass on the outside of Paul Hill. We'll see if he's able to make it work. I think he will. Not necessarily saving too much on the 97th part.
Yeah. Right now doing a very solid job here in this run. I'm now in the top 3 in front of Hill. Just looks to see where things go. Was one of the drivers locked in on points entering tonight. And he's up in the top 3 in front of Hill. Was on tonight. And a championship, when you think about it here, Kirk, he's been able to knock down win after win. Paul Hill, meanwhile, he's struggling all of a sudden. The 26 cannot seem to hold on to spots. He's getting passed left and right. Oh, near trouble for Cam Stone. Able to hold on to it. Cam Stone holds on to the 7th position.
Drivers like that tend to know what to do with their cars when they get loose, and they did a good job hanging on to it for now. But I'm looking at a battle on the track that's a little interesting to me. 76 Heitman. Remember, he got his damage repaired. He's out there 42 laps down right now, I believe. We check to make sure that, yep, 42 laps down. But he's passing lead lap cars. He's up to on track. If he were on the lead lap, he'd be in 7th right now. Leaning towards, top 10th right now. Leaning towards, top 10 there, I should say. But with that in mind, he's somebody who is in a very precarious spot. He needs to have a miracle happen to be able to make it worth it for him. And it's going to be hard considering a lot of the guys he needed to have trouble got playoff points, stage points, I should say. So that's a frustrating thing for him. He's kind of stuck right now. We almost have a wreck on the backstretch. Look out, Sean O'Brien Jr. Bottom of the racetrack, saves it. Able to get back up onto the racetrack, lose a handful of spots. He goes all the way from 11th place on back now to looks like 14th.
And he's already got a decent amount of damage in the first place. I believe he got hit by Brennan Hastings, in fact, here on the slide, Kirk. Hastings not happy with it per se on the radio with the little bit of a contact on this slide.
He just got loose. That's it. Hate to see it, but he's safe. He doesn't need to worry about anything. Just drive the car to where you finish out the race and you'll make the next round.
Just trying to keep going with now significant rear end damage. Oh, and hearing a lot of tempers flaring here. Derek Heitman just had a bit of a moment where he just about got doored by the 32. You see Mesnar battling on your screen, but some drivers are having some oopsie moments. The worst possible time in that battle right behind as they go side by side again.
DeCiani on the top, Mesnard on the bottom. This is 4th position, remember that. DeCiani currently now trying to hang on to 8th. As Mesnard's on the bottom trying to make that line work right now, he drops back to 9th.
For DeCiani doing his job. All that being said here, Derek Heitman still scored 23rd spot. Next up in the line here, and Hyman's been making it clear he wants to just keep driving. He's got a fully clean race car at this point. He's just trying to run the race like he was on the lead lap right now. See him just hoping for a lot more attrition to hit all of a sudden.
He's
Problem is,
a lot of it.
yeah, he's going to need at least 10 cars to fall out and disconnect right now, which is not going to happen.
Luckily for him, he can keep going until lap 440, 450 in that range, and he's got a long way before we get to that point. Right now we're on 282, so with that in mind, he's I'm thinking about him, and I'm just like, what can he do otherwise? And he's passing cars. I remember when we last checked on him, He was running in 25th, I believe it was, but he's already passed 2 cars since going back out on the racetrack. He passed Neil Pearson and Alex Coffey just like that. So because of that, he gets an extra couple of points. But I don't know if it's going to be enough.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure either at this point. So they'll keep on pacing around and zooming around here. Right now, the first one to lose a lap potentially is going to be Tanner Marti, by the way, 15th spot. If we stay green, here's a look at Cam Stone again. Just trying to get his legs together. A life of the party when you get the chance to interview him, absolutely. And right now is outpacing the 12 by about a 10th a lap.
Just like that, I think that 57 car, he's really level-headed, really clean driver. He races drivers clean. And with that paint scheme on him right now, I think that he feels like he could probably get this job done if he gets into a position at the end of this race. His main goal now should just be staying on the lead lap. If we take a look at some drivers at the tail end of the lead lap right now, Komacheski, O'Brien, Owens, these guys, if we can get a wide shot, that'd be a little bit better to see like what we're looking at here. You can see right there, the 65 also there, Owens. These guys are all running right around each other for position. This is for position, but the problem is they got a lap car right in front that's slowing them up slightly, and they got to have the leader right on their tail and less than a second back. So if you look just a little further back, you'll see the leader, Galata. He's entering the picture here shortly.
Yeah, we'll see how well Galata handles this. Tanner Marti actually just went down pit road. So the 29 is rolled down. Billy Brickley's also just parked it. Jacob Simpson's also parked it. So a few drivers are parking it all of a sudden in what has been a lengthy one here at Bristol. But Galata, can he make 1.5 seconds stand up and stay? This is the largest lead by anybody here tonight, Kirk.
You know, it is. We'll see how long the tires last on that car. He's somebody who can actually have speed and great tire fall off as well at the same time. So with that, he's one of them drivers that just is able to maintain a high pace compared to everybody else. Man, I gotta say, it is. It's one of these races now where it's just coming down to waiting. You gotta wait. It's what it is. And these lap cars are going to be somebody to watch the entire time. It is difficult to run around like this as we continue.
Yeah, it takes a lot out of you with how much speed you have to carry around here. It is one of the drivers in NIS competition that is full distance. Look at the right side. We haven't had 33 cautions like Split 5 last night in NIS Open.
I heard about that. A whole lot, I reckon. That tends to be a common factor here at Bristol. But, you know, oh, man. The night race is just something you can't ever get anywhere else. He's now getting passed by O'Brien here. Look out, O'Brien. He's got the leader right on your tail. You got to fight for all your might right here. Nope, not going to be able to do it. Just like that, O'Brien's going to go ahead and let the leader on go. And with that, 65 gets in the wall, and he's now lapped down. I think the leader has a real chance of possibly lapping all the way until maybe 8th. Like I said, I think 8th place is really the lap marker. But it could go further depending on how well the tires hold up for 7th on Ford.
Yeah, especially with the way things are shaping up. This is becoming a hornet's nest, a bit of a soup to make your way through. It's almost like swimming through an ocean of lap cars. Now Nicholas Roman just trying to take them all on the high side to get around them as quick as possible. Sean O'Brien, by the way, still holds on to 12 here. Komacheski taking away the top from Vroom. And whoa, bit of a moment there for Kevin Zodiac's Ladybug. Kevin Zodiac with a bit of a bobble in the background there.
compliments from William Owens to the 37 car after that one. Pretty good save.
Conti car, Benefield, looking for third. This is about the time of the run last time we seen the 83 turn itself on.
Well, can we ride on board with that 83 right now from the driver's seat? I'd like to take a look and see what he's seeing on his front windshield. There we go. Let's take a look at Adam Benefield. He's trying to make a pass here to the inside 97. This is for position for third. He's still side by side with him. You can tell he's a little lower on the racetrack trying to make that pass. And as you can see, he's very steady in the wheel. I mean, he's not really darting the wheel around. He's saving that right front really well. And he's just same thing every corner, keeping the car straight. Till he's a little lower on the racetrack. Very steady and darting right front. And car to say the least, long periods of times in the 83. He's past that car now. He's up to third. Hoytsmith's dropped back a little bit further, it looks like now. Paul Hill was able to make his way by, so that's another pass for position. I think that the 97 may have burned his stuff up earlier. Like I was telling you earlier in the early run, I was like, I don't think he should be pushing very hard. I knew that thing was going to be dropping like a rock once his tires started heating up.
Really seeing that come into play here, absolutely. Soziak behind them getting lap. Benefield poking to the inside of Owens now. And not a problem to get around him, no issue this time through. So, how many cars are on the lead lap at this point? Well, there's a grand total of 11 left on the lead lap. Brandon Hastings, Devin Medeiros at risk of being lapped, then it'll be Mesnard. Here's a look at Hastings. Usually his truck team in real life doing a whole lot of winning. Decent night tonight for the 81 though.
Had internet connection issues for a while, but he was able to get that under control for now. And running top 15, tailing lead lap, look out, holy cow, car spinning on the back straightaway. And who is that?
Devin Medeiros.
Devin Medeiros, okay. He was on the lead lap running 10th. Did he get lapped there? I think that the leader got by him.
At the wall too for good measure to add damage. We're under caution yet again. Let's take a look.
Got up in the dark stuff. Yep. That'll get you loose every time. My question is, how can you possibly get up into the dark stuff? He wasn't around anybody. He was on his own. I mean, running the top, unless you have a severe lapse in judgment. I mean, yeah, like you only run the top and you're really trying to pass cars. So, I mean, I'd say lapse in in judgment from that car right there.
Interesting to say the least, but the entire field has come down for pit stops as you would expect after running about 60 laps. So fresh Goodyear Eagles coming up for the entire field. We'll see how the race off pit road fares out so far. Galata has been able to just edge forward, hit the cone, bye-bye, he wins the race.
Dominating tonight, gotta say, it's good to watch.
A really good race for the 99. The question is, can he keep executing? We've seen some races that he's had similar pace where things have not spiraled right. Is this a gamble from Sean O'Brien? He's pit 7 times and he's letting by drivers anyway. I believe he's a lucky dog, yes. So never mind. So he's going to have to let everybody go regardless.
Yeah. You know, I'm a little sad here. I'm a little sad looking at it. I think that when these crashes took out these playoff guys, it made this playoff discussion mute, unfortunately. So now we're getting back to the playoff guys only have to finish the race. The guys up front, he's just on another planet right now, faster than everybody. The only guy who has been able to keep up with him is Vroman, and Vroman's pretty quick too, but I don't know if he's going to be able to keep up with him on the short run and then catch him in the long run. I mean, we saw that in the first couple stages, but I think that 99 made adjustments to where that car might be better on the long run now. We'll see as that pace car is going to dive in and we're going to get this restart underway. Who's going to be able to step up, fix their cars, and get compete with the 95 and the 99? You got to be able to do something to the cars to fix them, because right now they are well under pace from third on back.
Here we go. Coming to the restart zone. Green flag is out. We're backing away. And the outside. Able to prevail yet again. Galata on the move. The rest of the field continues to square itself away. Munso's on the top. Able to get something rolling here is Hodgson.
Trying to get everything he can. 184 laps to go. 12 car, happy guy, moving up through the field just like that, trying to get a top 5 spot.
Able to hold on to 6th now, though, for the lineup. And the entire field sticking to the yellow line as we go for now. See, some drivers are moving around for the short run. Lucas Hoytsma yet again moves his way up a spot. That short run pace continues to show fire off of the 97.
This time I'm sure he's going to be able to manage his tires a little better. He has to know that you got to be able to keep the car underneath you. He might be quick short run, but we saw it earlier. He was dropping like a rock. So we'll see if he's able to keep the tires underneath him or if he's going to continue to push hard. He's fast, but just not on the long run right now.
Yeah, that's the one thing, is he needs to get that fixed. Wants a chance to make those positions stay here. Keeps dropping back significantly through some of these runs, and it has not worked out for him. Hodgson has moved up to the top 5. It's the inverse for Benefield. He's not as fast in the first 50, but if you get a long run, that's what Benefield was turning out to be the fastest car on the track. Seems to be happening again.
I think Benefield might be saving a little something for the end of this race. I don't know what he's got under the hood, but I've seen it happen time and time again. That car is just maybe not qualified the best, but he gets to the about top 5 through 7 in that range. And then what he does is he's able to just, at a certain point, he's able to wrap the bottom at these racetracks better than everybody around him. And he's able to pass all these cars and get to a great finish. But right there, contact. There goes William Owens. Huge contact. The 76 of Heitman's around again.
Caution flag is out as Mullins just stopped in time to prevent destroying the nose even further on Heitman. And now they're stuck. Mullins destroyed his front nose in the checkup effect. Let's take a look at this.
Got loose off the corner, collects 76. 76 gets rear-ended there and sent head on into the wall on the outside. I mean, his playoff chances practically evaporating by the second here.
Yeah, not working out well at all tonight from the early crash. See if the checkup effect yet again. Some hard hits for Derek Heitman yet again. Cliff Mullins once again demolishing the front nose for good measure here. Yeah, it's some vicious damage to have to work on for the rest of the way here is going to be the major talking point for some of these drivers. Derek Heitman did not come down yet, by the way. He is laps down, so the way lap before he can even try and get repairs done. Some saying, let's just send the EOL penalty to me. But Galata was controlling things by a sizable margin. Staying on the racetrack, Sean O'Brien and Derek Hastings did pit. Take a quick break. We'll be back more after this. You're watching Maconi Entertainment.
When you want to be the best, you can't settle for the rest. For anything on iRacing, there's just one name you need, Maconi.
With the launch of Maconi Entertainment and Maconi Competizone alongside Maconi Setup Shop, we now provide the best of the best in setups, paint schemes, coaching, broadcasting, and event organization.
With cars across all 4 license classes, we have what you need to hit the track with confidence. Grab a subscription and save money while going fast at MaconiSetupShop.com/subscriptions.
And remember, at Maconi Setup Shop, there are setups, but your victories.
Welcome back, everyone, for tonight's coverage here at the FLCC. Let's continue on here from Bristol. 170 laps to go. Joseph Galata carries the field forward or back underway. And remember, we're now inside the window that was estimated on fuel mileage to go from here. Only Hastings and O'Brien Jr., though, took the opportunity to pit their once wave around cars from previous caution flags. So those drivers are good if we do get a long run. But the battle is on for the lead. Here comes Hoytsma. Going to the inside on Galata. Trying to take the chance to take the lead.
Maybe he thinks clean air will be able to make the tires stay underneath him. We'll see if it works out for him. I don't think he's able to make the move this time. But Galata, man, he's just able to just drive that car off the corner. So it doesn't matter if you're running top or bottom.
Yeah, I got to be careful here for these drivers to be able to keep rolling. But again, Galata's just got such a fire off compared to everybody else running 14 8s and 9s still in this race on the short run. Meanwhile, so first side-by-side back here, Evan Mesnard's been trying. He's been trying everything. He's trying to hit the wall to make a pass. In fact, he gets side-by-side for that.
I don't know if he was trying to, but he definitely hit it, that's for sure. Still trying to make it work on the top side. I mean, battling with Cameron Stone, so he's got some speed in that 73 right now.
Yep, right now we're seeing just how things are shaking up with Mesnard. The battle of the neon cars. Again, the Neon Night Race 500 has seen a lot of twists and turns tonight, but Mesnard, top 10 speed. Once you have the long runs to settle on in here tonight for the 73, one of the better runs for Mesnard all season. As he makes the pass, he's up to 8th.
He was almost on the verge of going a lap down. He got the lucky dog, and now he's still running top 8 speed. That's phenomenal for that 73. Got real lucky with that caution earlier. But now he's able to recover from it, and it's good to be lucky sometimes. So DeCiani in front of him, though, also having exactly the night that he needed to have.
Absolutely. Right now, they continue to collect laps as they roll the bottom of the racetrack. Hearing front stretch issue, stay green. Race control gave a warning on the front straightaway for a roller, but everybody else seems to be okay per the racetrack. So we'll see where things go. Kevin Zosiak, Brandon Hastings. Hastings running the bottom. Remember, on fresh tires here by 15 laps compared to everybody else.
Without fresh tires, it might be worth it for him for now. In a different position, him and Medeiros, Devin Medeiros in the 11th spot, 20th car, I should say. Moving up, both of them on the move towards the front. And with that in mind, I think it's going to be interesting to see where they end up at the end of their long run, because with 15 fresher lap fresher tires, it might benefit them in the long run.
Yeah, we'll see how much it plays the difference. You can usually see some tire gambling around 15 laps later stages. Mesnard, by the way, he's trying that arcing line from the top of the racetrack, older style running Bristol. Feels like it's old to say 2010 Bristol angled lines are fast, but Mesnard's trying it. Still working away from the bottom of the racetrack as the 4 of DiCiani parks it inside.
Well, you know what I think might be good? Why don't we go through the field, through the lead lap cars? I think that'd be a lot of fun. What do you say?
Crank it up.
Well, not crank it up. No, I was saying like go through the field. We're going to go one car at a time from the back to the front to tell how each one's season on these short tracks have been treating them. Brandon Hastings, let's start with him. He's right now running in 12th right now. See if we can't get a camera on him. There we go. We just got him. The 81 right there. Something about him, he started in 4 of these short track races, not necessarily having the best average finish of the group, but what I can say is that he's somebody who's able to gain positions from where he starts. He's up on average change by about 5 spots from where he starts. And his average running position at these short tracks is 19th. He's up in 12th, outdoing himself this week. So with that, it's going to improve his average, having a good night. Hopefully he's able to finish out the race and stay on the lead lap. That's the goal for him. Now, if we move on to the 20 car, that's Devin Medeiros. Let me go ahead and pull him up. Devin Medeiros, he is in a position where his average running position for him is in a actually pretty worse off spot. He was in 22nd average running position, but he's running in 11th. Having a great day. He's trying to get by the 65 of O'Brien on the outside, no less. So good run for him to be able to try and make the pass. Now let's talk about the 65 of O'Brien. Something to mention about him. Sean O'Brien Jr., his average running position here on short tracks is 15.4. And he's running on 11th, so slightly better than expected for him this week. Average starts 21st, so he started towards the back. He moves his way forward. He's up 8 spots typically from where he starts in these short track races. So improving is what that 65 likes to do, and he's definitely doing that tonight. As we move on to the next one, that would be Cameron Stone. Cameron Stone. Something to talk about with this guy. He's an interesting character, someone who I like to say is a very kind gentleman to race against. But what I also like to say is he's someone that likes to get fast pole times. He has 2 pole awards here on short tracks. Out of the 5 starts, he is one of those guys that just is able to do really well. He hasn't yet won this year. His average rating is 92.1, though. He's fast on the short track, and his average running position is right around 10th, which guess what? That's right where he is, battling with Matt DiCiani there for the 8th place spot. He's able to make that work. Now let's talk about that 4-car DiCiani. Something about him I really like to mention is that he's Mr. Consistent. He's always in a good position and always doing the same things week in, week out. He's average running position is always around 10th. He's right now in 9th. Going to improve that slightly here today if he's able to round it out where he is. But that Ford car, he's able to finish really well. He has one of the best average finishes of the year at 6.8. However, he has yet to win this year. So keep an eye on the Ford car because he's always going to be in contention. I just don't know if he's going to be able to close it out in the final races of the year. Now moving up to the next car that we want to talk about, Nolan Hodgson. Nolan Hodgson, he puts on the VR headset and he's a happy guy. Something I like to talk about with him a bunch. He's raced in all 5 short track races this year. However, he hasn't really been a specialist here on the short tracks. His average running position is around a little over 10th, near 11th. However, his average finish is 13th. He's having a great day today in terms of his average. He's going to improve that by quite a bit if he's able to hang on to where he currently is. So Nolan Hodgson showing that he's able to hang on to the speed really well. But next, I think I had already talked about Cameron Stone. We already went over him. He's gone up a couple spots since the last time we talked about him. So really moving forward. Now, Evan Mesnard in the 73. This guy, he's in a strange position. This is not somebody normally that's up towards the front, but I can tell you right now he is having the time of his life. His average start is 30th on short tracks. His average finishes on short tracks is 24th. He is in 6th. He is having a career day on this Bristol Motor Speedway tonight. Absolutely blazing fast right now. And then we're going to move on to our next driver, which is Adam Benefield. One of these guys is just so dang quick. We saw him already win 2 short track races this year out of the 5. He's a short track specialist. He's able to win when he need to. And he is average finishing position of 9th. And he runs on average an 8th or better. So with that in mind, he's going to be somebody who's going to be hard to contend with. Sitting in 5th, we've seen the speed. He can definitely do it if he's able to continue moving forward. Right in front of him, Paul Hill. Paul Hill, he has 5 starts this season. He has a 10th place average running position right now with an average finish of right around 17. So outstanding day today for him. Instead of finishing in the back towards 17th on average, outstanding day today for him. Instead of finishing in the back towards 17th on average, he's kind of really outdoing himself. Now we're going to talk about Lucas Hoytsma, one of the drivers that we saw win here in the spring. Hoytsma is an interesting character to say the least, and we're going to go over his stats here next. Lucas, let's see if I can find him. There we go. Hoytsma. He starts 7th on most of these short tracks, and he finishes 6th. So he still has a positive rate based off of where he qualifies to where he finishes. His average running position's 8th. He's somebody who's able to stay up in the top 10 most of the race, and he's somebody who's able to win races. You could look at his win column. He won here in Bristol in the spring. That's how he's able to do it. About 20% of the time he wins these short tracks. So with that in mind, somebody that's really good out there. But next on the list, Vroman. Of course, we all know Nicholas Vroman right there. That man, he is fast. Vroom vroom, as he likes to be called. I can tell you right now, his average starting position is not as good as the other drivers around him. He's in 13th average start, but his average finish, 6th. He runs really well. Average running position right about 7th, but tonight, sitting in 2nd, going to help him out as much as possible. He has a chance to win tonight, but he has to be able to catch and pass the driver of the 99, that is Joseph Galata. His average start is 1.5. His average finish is 12.5. He's won one of the races. He's wrecked out of the other. So with that in mind, his average running position is 1.6. So he is somebody who is just constantly in the top 2 spots in any short track he goes to. And the only way he doesn't finish well is if he gets wrecked out. So that 99, he's in a position now where he just wants to stay clean and green and avoid all the lap traffic and go through the field and win his 2nd race of the season and only his 3rd short track start. And when we're talking about overalls for Galata, I mean, gotta tell you, that guy, he's only started in 8 races, and his average finish in those 8 races is, let me make sure I got this right. Average finish, here we go. Average finish in those 8 races is 16th, but his average running position is 8th. So it's just about finishing the races for that 99 team. And that is everybody who was on the lead lap, from Brandon Hastings all the way up to Joseph Galata, our leader, with 125 laps to go.
Yes, indeed. Galata continuing to just control the field. Last time by was a 10th quicker than everybody else. 123 laps to circulate. So it's going to be the question on where things really steady out. We've ran for some of these drivers 50 laps over the course of the run again. And this has been about the spot where we've seen Trevor Kirk.
Once you get this far deep in the run, you're going to start seeing tire fall off, and I think we've already seen it a little bit. Lucas Hoytsma is one of the drivers that I'm thinking of now. He was got passed by Paul Hill there, and now he's dropping back a little further. 73 is another driver. He was running up in the top 6th place spot, but he's been passed by 2 cars. Cameron Stone and Nolan Hodgson passed him, so he's dropping back as well. 2 cars on the tail of the lead lap right now are 11 seconds back. That's Brandon Hastings is about 11 seconds back that last time by. And if he's able to stay on the lead lap, and he's going to be praying for a caution. He needs to stay on the lead lap. But I'm seeing this probably getting up to Devin Medeiros running in 10th. And it'll take a lot longer to catch up to DeCiani, but I mean, Galata could do it if he has enough laps to run out there and do it for sure.
Yep, right now we're seeing that these drivers pacing themselves. Mesnar doing a good job still holding on to 8th in front of DeCiani. Devin Medeiros from his spin still holds on to the top 10 for now, a few seconds behind this. So right now, it's been a decent day for DeCiani, we'll say. He's had a quiet championship run. What do you say about DeCiani's playoff run so far for the 4-car?
He does exactly what he needs to do. He doesn't need to be flashy about it. He doesn't have to go out there and win every week. But that 4-car is somebody who's able to just get good finishes, able to be consistent, run in the top group, get stage points, and make it to the next round. And that's all you got to do. The stage racing and the way that they do these playoffs is just benefits drivers who win a lot, like Galata, like Roman, these guys that go out there and win a lot. But the old system, the full 36 race season, right now, I think that 4-car, looking at the actual full season results, he would be a huge contender for the championship if it wasn't for the way that they changed it to be all about winning instead of being consistent and running well every week. So now you can win one race in the regular season as long as you're able to finish top 25 in points and finish out a certain number of races. Then you can go out there and skip all the other races, whatever the minimum is, and still make top 25. Or you can just go out there and finish last in all of them, as long as you're still in the top 25 in the points. And then you can go out there and only win one race per round, and you'll be a champion by the end, which shouldn't happen, but it's possible to do that in this playoff system. But the 4-car, if we see this 4-car ever running a full series, a full long distance points playoffs without playoff points, without stage points, I think the 4-car would be someone that would be most certainly a contender for the title. But right now, he's still having a good day, but he's got to change something about his methodology of driving, because it's not going to be about having a good 3rd or 5th place finish or his top 10 anymore. He's got to win. He's got to go out there and win, and I think he can. It's just that he's got to change his mentality up a little bit and be a little more aggressive. But he's super consistent. I really hate to tell him to change anything, so I don't think it's a good idea to do that.
Right now we're seeing mentality for some of the other drivers, though, is can they stay on the lead lap? Brennan Hastings trying to battle with Sean O'Brien Jr. is about to fall a lap down pretty soon. Again, these are two drivers that have been beaten for war. Thomas Komacheski is the first car a lap down as they run, by the way. He's got a 1 second buffer for the lucky dog position. So these three all with a lot to race for, at least for this race, to try and make sure they get in a good spot. Komacheski, if anything, needs to find a way to gain spots, because this would be a bit disastrous, to say the very least, if he was to fall 2 laps down here.
Yeah, if he does end up falling 2 laps down here tonight, it's not going to be too bad for him. You got to look at the drivers that are out. I mean, you'll get a top 15 if you're 2 laps down. Right now, that's how it looks. So it's not a horrible night for him. So, I mean, he obviously wants to try and win the races. But right now, he's just got to survive and get to the end of this thing, and you'll have a great day. That's how it looks right now in terms of the running order. What I can state now officially, that because we are about to hit lap 400, when we hit lap 400, I can say for positivity that the 4 drivers are eliminated that we talked about earlier. Heitman is 101 laps down. He's not out on the racetrack. He's done for the night, and because of that, he can't pass anybody. So he's done for the night, and that means he is eliminated from the playoffs for sure, along with Matthew Long, Patrick Gitter, and Alex Murray. So playoffs are essentially set in stone, and the round of the 12 will be a really hectic round, to say the least.
Absolutely. Here they come for some more pokes. See Hastings trying to fight to hold on to the lead lap here. How long will Galana take to get around? How are some of the others doing? Well, Medeiros has reeled on his Mesnard. Mesnard still is able to use the top to defend.
You know, those two are really good buddies and friends, actually, I believe. So with that in mind, they are some folks that just will race each other a little more respectfully, but they joke around sometimes. I've heard about accidentally wrecking each other sometimes, so I always get a little antsy when they're around each other, to say the least.
Yeah. Sometimes just when you're racing friends, you race yourself a little bit differently. Might give a little bit more space.
Oh, Hastings just got passed for now a lap down, so if the leader is catching up to the tail end of the field here.
John Ryan Jr. just fell a lap down. Cole Macheski just fell a second lap down. Lucky Dog would be the 65 if there was a caution flag then. Ryan Jr. just fell a lap down. Cole Macheski just fell a second lap down. Lucky Dog would be the 65 if there was a caution flag then. Those drivers who are just watching Medeiros and Mesnard will be the next lap, and then after that would be DeCiani and Hodgson. The thing is, right now the leaders are pulled away by 3 seconds yet again. Just throwing out the yardstick, 95 laps to go.
Dominant. I mean, when you got a driver this good, able to keep the car up front this entire time, just dominant the entire night. I mean, that pushes everybody else in the field to work harder next time they come out here, because they don't want to get embarrassed like this ever again. I can tell you that it is embarrassing when you got a driver like that able to essentially dominate the entire series.
Yep, right now, some of the others, how they run. Benefiel, Overstone, Hoytsma, Paul Hill is still in the top 3, shockingly. Now the up and down spin for the 26, so they found something. Benefiel, as you would expect, by the way, is one of the fastest cars on the racetrack. See him slicing and dicing through some of the lap traffic right now. And that's been the ups and flows. The Conti cars just found their legs late in the runs. The longer these runs go, the happier their cars seem to get.
Well, the problem is also Benefiel's not necessarily the fastest car every single lap. He's like matching the lap time of the leader. He might be faster by a couple hundredths, but not by much. So, I mean, it depends on the lap, too, when he catches lap traffic and all that. I still think that battle between those two, I mean, the gap's too big. You'd have to have a miracle to be able to catch back up. I don't think it's going to be possible, but if it does happen, I mean, that'd be entertaining to say the least. Roman's a little quicker, though. See that? They're running 6s right there. Both drivers, Nicholas Roman and Galata, both ran 6s that last time by, but they were running 6s 5/1000th of a second apart. I mean, they're running practically the same lap times. It's so hard with the long run to catch up to these leaders. It's just they're that much better than the rest of the field.
Benefiel now third, Vroom, still 6/10 back, by the way, matching 15/7 with Galata. Their fall off has equalized out to 9/10. They're on 101 lap total tires. Here's the thought here, Kirk. Remember the situation where some of these drivers were, a couple of the drivers with the Weberons pit under the last caution? Well, they might not be able to make it on fuel here if it stays green. They were 10, 15 laps out of the count previously.
Yeah, that's going to throw some drivers off. They might not make it on gas, but if they do, I'm sure that they're going to start noticing that's a problem and might come down and top off. But I don't think Galata or Roman are going to have problems at all with that. They had an extra lap, a lap less than everybody else on the lead lap right now, I believe. Can we look at the stint analyzer for a second? No, not analyzer, it's just the stint thing. That'd be nice to see how long they've been out there. 104 laps for this top group. All of these guys in the top 8. However, Medeiros was down 88 laps ago, so that's a big deal. I think that that's interesting to help the 20 car. He just doesn't have long run speed to be able to maintain with the leaders right now. Even though he has fresher tires, it's just not making that big of a difference.
15 laps difference between those drivers when we've seen the pit stop cycles come out originally with the caution flag period. So they're right now in a spot where if they did have to pit, they can knock down the time with the next amount of time if they keep on going the way they are. So right now, Vroman is within 3/10 now. Galata's starting to fall off a little bit now that he's got some dirty air from Mesnard.
Tanner Marty says he's coming into pit this time, so we're going to start seeing a couple pit stops, it looks like, but the 99 is absolutely right. That time by, he's losing some time now that he's gotten to the dirty air. But getting by Mesnard, that means that would be 10 cars that from 10th on back will all be a lap down. Just like that, that's true. So now, Devin Medeiros, the next one on the sights to try and get a lap down, but the top two are now nose to tail, and it is close for the lead with 78 laps to go.
Galata once again trying to be the playoff spoiler. Roman trying to make sure he gets in via victory and adds more playoff points to his tallies on the season. Right now, Galata trying to hold on with the line defense. Roman trying to respond by trying to find some clean air lower as they now get to the bumper, trying to get Galata loose. He does get loose. Roman can't make the dive yet.
This is the battle for the win right here. On the quarter panel, not able to make it work, got a little loose. Take a look right here. He's all over the back bumper. Whenever they're inches from the back bumper, it makes the front car insanely loose. It's just how it works here. But that time by, look, he's got the outside. He's going to have a little momentum. Doesn't look like he can carry it, though. He got a little loose off the exit of the corner. That 95 is pushing his tires to the ultra maximum right now.
Pushing hard as he might right now with how things are shaking up. Absolutely. Benefield, by the way, is 2/10 quicker than both of them, albeit 3 seconds back. So if they start really battling it out, really costing themselves some time, the 83 might have a shot here to steal things. Roman just trying to reset, cool down the tires here after using up a lot of them there.
Once he started pushing and got sideways, he knew that he couldn't keep pushing like that anymore. He's going to wait until the leader catches more lap traffic, which is going to happen again very soon, actually. Next car on the list is Devin Medeiros. He's just a handful of car lengths ahead of the leader right there. You can see that's where Devin is, and you can see right off the back bumper where the leaders are. They're right there, and they're chasing them down. And as Justin would say, we got a ding-ding moment here.
Yes, indeed. Some chance to go ding ding. Let's get the battle down, to say the very least.
Ding ding, that's what you call it. It's done. Come on, man. Come on.
I completely forgot that reference already.
Oh, I never forget it for the rest of the I live. I think it's the funniest thing. But up front, still Roman all over the back bumper of that 99.
Roman still trying to get the 99 loose. A lot of wiggles from the rear end now. Well, now it goes a little bit deeper. Tries to get to the outside. Did he take it away? No, he's going to get the crossover instead. Roman pushes the 99 up the track with the lane choice. Side by side for the lead.
Gonna be able to hang on. He's holding tight. He's not giving him much room. He's able to lead that lap. 68 laps to go, 67 now. Still on his door. I think that 95 is going to struggle.
Just hanging on at the numbers right now, right in front of the tire. Roman just can't get that edge. It's been a long while since Vroom's gotten a chance to lead. Bit of contact to the wall for Galata.
Now the question is, where does Devin go? Devin Medeiros, right in front of these guys. He sees that they're battling for the lead here in his rearview mirror. They know he's catching them. How's he going to be able to get there? That's the question. And with these two battling, that's going to bring in Adam Benefield, who I thought was saving a little something for the end of this race. I don't know if he has enough time, but we'll see. But these two battling hard, it might actually give him a shot. So that Vroom Vroom car is just so much quicker right now. He just can't get by because it's so hard to pass in these next gen cars.
Here we got to the quarter panel this time to pull him on back. Hearing pit windows open. Lucas Hoitzma just called on the radio he is pitting. So people are starting to make green flag pit stops coming up here. Keep an eye on the 97 as there he goes.
He won here in the spring. Remember that. 97's quick. He was able to do it here. He actually swept the weekend. He won the Xfinity and the Cup races here. So that 97, I mean, maybe he's on to something. Who knows? We'll find out as the run continues.
And remember, with pit road around this racetrack, there's a lot of opportunity to fall laps down here with that slow roll you have to take through both pit roads here with the dual pit, with the single pit road setup. Will we see the leaders duck down soon? They are already reaching 130 laps.
Any minute now, they'll start heading down. 99's loose, real loose on a long run. That's why Roman's able to get there. But the moment they come down for tires, here goes William Owens. He's coming down. A few other cars might be entering the pit road this time by. But man, look at that. He's inches off the quarter panel. Any minute. Well, that 99 is able to hold him off for as long as he has. But also stunned that the 20 car is taking so much time to be able to catch. Uh-oh.
Oh, more troubles. Lap traffic in front. They're going to have to sort this out real quickly here. Devin Medeiros putting himself middle in front of these leaders. And a bit of a slide up again. Medeiros just holds to the bottom. Still traffic. William Owens comes out of pit road. Vroman forced up. Medeiros forced up. They go 3 wide with the traffic. Now the 99's loose. Here comes Vroman 3 wide with Owens for a moment.
Holy cow, this thing has just gotten off the rails. What the heck is long run? They're still beating and banging on the back straightaway into 3 and 4. Man, they're racing real hard, and I like watching it. Oh boy, it's good. Now, Kenny, I don't like the way that contact happened, but they evened out. They're still even down the back straightaway again.
Still can't clear either. Now they have to take a 3 wide with Stephen Williams. Nicely done there. Bit of an edge this time. Vroman did not get the lead lap. Galata did. But Vroman's almost clear this time.
This ain't over yet. Still trying to hold tight on the top. Not clear yet. Nope, ain't over. Still battling hard on the top.
There it is. There it is right there. Vroman clears on by in a battle that took many laps in the making with 50 laps to go. Nicholas Vroman now leads 50 to go.
I mean, if I'm the 99, I'm thinking about pitting this time or just like as soon as possible because you know that 95 was faster than you. You just now got to start thinking, hey, I got to come down pit road if I can't make it or if I can make it, whatever the situation may be. But you will lose laps. That's a promise. You will. We'll just see how many when they decide to come down for fuel and probably tires.
And Adam Benefield, mind you, is faster than Joseph Galata right now. Galata has fallen off by 2-3 tenths since getting past Lucas Hoitzma. First of those who have pit for tires, mind you. The thing is, how many laps did he lose from the pit stop sequence? He's 3 laps down.
That's going to happen. I mean, green flag pit stops is so exceedingly rare at Bristol, and I'm hoping we get to see a full cycle. That'd be so dang cool. I mean, that's something that you don't get all the time. But up in front of them, I mean, they got this great battle right here, the 83 and the 99. This is for second place. So 83 is caught up to the back of the 99. And I think 83 at Benefield is going to try and make a move down to the inside. It's the 97 stuck on the top. Look out. Oh boy, everybody's converging on each other here. Converging, I guess. That's the right word.
Yeah, we're seeing those strategies start to really overlap. Benefield Has to go with the inside here. Nicely done, real quickly there. Fall off right now, holding at 1.1 seconds for the fastest of the fastest right now. Still 42 laps to go. And we'll see how long the 83 and the 95 push along with the 99. Galata has fallen behind Benefield. Benefield is also quicker than the leader right now.
I think that he's going to get there. I mean, I had a feeling he was hiding something. I didn't think it was possible, but he definitely did. And Benefield just has a very good long run car. That car is able to maintain speed throughout the course of the run better than the cars around him. And he's going to catch the back bumper of this leader any second now.
Keep an eye on it. That's the main thing to keep an eye for. Benefield within 4/10. Last time through, Roman was in the 16-1s. Benefield still hasn't reached the 16-second bracket until just now. This has been his wheelhouse all night long, this part of the race, to be able to knock down time. He was 3 seconds slower the first 50 laps. Now, can he try and take the tides for the race win is the huge question here. 37 to go. Zodiac will take away Vroman's line on the bottom of the racetrack.
He's going to have to move up the track, and that's going to slow him down. Look out, Zodiac. Holy cow. 83 gets to the back bumper. Zodiac has to go to the top as well.
Benefield getting spooked up there a little bit. Yeah, I've been gaining some time because of Vroom losing some ground from the top. Now, they also have drivers on fresh tires looking to position themselves like Mesnard here, who pit about 14 laps ago.
Mesnard's trying to get his lap back. I mean, that's exactly what you want to try and do here. But the question is, can the 83 and Vroman make it to the end of this race without pitting? That's the question. Do they save enough gas? Are they able to do it? If not, then they're going to start heading down as soon as they can.
Still 33 to go. Right now, traffic stays up high and on the bottom. Right now they have a chance to lap up to 7th here. But Benefield's not focusing on the fact he can lap some cars. He's focusing on the chance for a pass. One car moves out of the way. Benefield ready to make some pokes here. They are really stretching this out. Now almost 157 laps through a run.
Perfect. Like seeing it. Now will we get the green flag cycle? That's what we're looking for here. Nolan Hodgson here on the bottom is going to go a lap down.
So there we go. A lap down goes to 12. Next up is DeCiani. He's about a second and a half, 2 seconds up the road from these two. But Vroman has been running a lane higher. Benefield gets alongside for a moment. Got too loose though, not being able to stick the bottom quite yet. Now he gets an air poke. Car just won't stay once it hits that sidewall up the corner exit. The car just wants to bobble instead of having the ability to track out there.
He's going to be there. He's definitely faster. You can see that the 83 is that much faster than Galata and Roman. So it's just wild to me to see that. I didn't expect that early on. I had a feeling he may have been hiding something, and I didn't expect it to be this good.
Yeah, Benefield taking a poke. Coming to 26 to go. Once again, every single time to the apex for the most part. Benefield's getting chances. Roman's letting him have his fun. But can it lead to sustained side by side? That's been the challenge, with Roman that much more confident on the high side.
It's only a battle between the top two here. Galata's dropped back 6 seconds, so Galata's out of the picture for now.
Yeah, his tires are dead. 16 threes. He might lose the top three, Galata, at this rate.
Possibly. I mean, now it's all about these top two leaders. They're going to be even here for a second. Let's see if he's able to maintain into the corner.
Right now, 22 to go coming up. Benefiel might need to be brave here if he wants to get the win. They're about to reach DeCiani as well to lap up to 6th. Cam Stone within range to be lapped after that pretty shortly for the top 5.
You just
Right
know that
now-
this is going to make them all tired, man.
Yeah, they're loose again on the inside. Just can't get it to stay there.
I think he was trying to get out of the way to let.
There.
I think he was trying to get out of the way to let DeCiani go on. But where'd he go? Oh, he's back. I'm sorry. Heart attack. Ooh, boy. Scared me. Well, that 83 is now all over the back bumper of Roman. Back down to the bottom. Just going to keep reworking that over and over again.
They have drivers with fresher tires like Sean O'Brien Jr. We're just watching all this develop, saying, I'm just going to keep riding. 16 to go. Still nothing doing. Do you think Benefiel is willing to make contact for this? Or does he keep it clean?
Well, that is if he's able to keep it on the racetrack. That's the question. I don't know if they can make it on gas. I mean, it's going to be close. You saw if Hoytsma pitted, that tells you I think the majority of folks can't make it on gas. I mean, you'd have to be saving like heck to be able to get that far, but we got 15 to go. The battle for the leads heating up. I think these guys are going to go as long as oh, contact. He apologized, saying immediately he didn't mean to do that.
Froman says it's good. Froman, I think, just said he's trying not to blow the right front tire out on the radio.
Whoa, that's a big deal, too. You can get a meatball from blowing a tire on the racetrack. So, I mean, this could happen. 83 is going to dig hard to try and make that happen. I think Cameron Stone just blew a tire.
Cam Stone having running in the top 5. He hasn't gotten the meatball for it, but he is still running.
Got a lot of right front damage, that's for sure. But back up front to the front, the leaders are side by side.
Benefiel getting the chance. Now he's got it planted side by side fully. 10 laps to go at the stripe, a slide up once again. Benefiel sends it in deep yet again. Now they get the 10 lap to go signal officially at the flag stand.
Oh!
Benefiel snaps around and bounces off of Roman. No caution. We stay green.
Wow. That was so close. He got loose on the exit of the corner trying to pass Roman. Now, can they make it on gas? Is the tires going to make it? 83 could have brought out the caution, but no, we stay green. 2 seconds now between the top two.
I don't think that's closing. There's not enough time for Benefiel to push hard here. And they've used up a lot of tire from what they've done. They've fallen off now 1.5 seconds nearly. Nicholas Roman just needs to keep it clean for 7 more times around.
Man, if he can do this, that would be phenomenal. That tire is what I'm worried about. I mean, I don't know if that tire is going to make it all the way around.
Yeah, he's got to make sure that right front doesn't pop on him. If he does get a blown tire warning, if it's within 3 to go, he can finish out on the racetrack. Anything before that mark, and he'd have to come on down and serve for a tire change. 5 laps to go. Don't look down. Benefield's got the gap to 1.2 seconds again, but it's going to be close if he wants another chance.
Yeah, he needs to get 2 tenths a lap to be able to catch him, and he's doing that right now. That time by 16.1 for the leader and a 15.9 for Benefield. He's catching him, and he's going to be able to be there if he can keep pushing hard. He's got to go really hard, though.
Is there enough give in the tires? Is there enough time at all? Only got to 9 tenths that time by. 3 laps to go. The math isn't mathing. Coming to 2 to go here from Bristol. Nicholas Vroman looking to survive what's been a marathon here from Bristol. This long run at the end, almost 200 laps. Coming up to the white flag, this time through clean track ahead. Benefield's tires have equalized down a bit more. Vroman sees the white flag. Final time around here at Bristol. The Neon Night Race 500 has been won with comers and goers. Sean O'Brien Jr. is blowing a tire, but it's Nicholas Vroman who will get his tires to survive and win at Bristol. Nicholas Vroman able to come away with the race win tonight, and is able to stretch the fuel tank in the process and the tires. For Nicholas Vroman, it is his 3rd win of the season. He is still going.
Yeah, I wouldn't risk it. I'm worried. It's over. They crossed the line, so he should still be the winner unless he blew a tire. But I don't think that's the case. I think he made it through somehow to be able to win this thing. Roman showing that he can do it, and something about that. I just got to say, absolutely wonderful job by that driver. This year, his average finish is 5th. To have another win like that, 3rd win on the year, shows that he's championship material.
So as he celebrates this win, we'll take an opportunity to step aside. He's out of gas. We come back, post-race coverage. You're watching tonight's coverage of the FLCC from Maconi Entertainment.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head to head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
When you want to be the best, you can't settle for the rest. For anything on iRacing, there's just one name you need, Maconi.
With the launch of Maconi Entertainment and Maconi Competizone alongside Maconi Setup Shop, we now provide the best of the best in setups, paint schemes, coaching, broadcasting, and event organization.
With cars across all 4 license classes, we have what you need to hit the track with confidence. Grab a subscription and save money while going fast at MaconiSetupShop.com/subscriptions.
And remember, at Maconi Setup Shop, there are setups, but your victories.
Welcome back to tonight's coverage of the Full Length Cup Challenge here from Bristol Motor Speedway on Maconi Entertainment. Let's take a look at your unofficial race results tonight after a busy night. Vroom finishes off in the lead over Adam Benefield and Joseph Galata of the top 3. Galata surviving with the top 3. Just 4 cars finished on the lead lap. Paul Hill is the last of them. Matt DiCiani and Cameron Stone, followed by Noah Hodgson, Devin Medeiros, Lucas Hoitzman, Brandon Hastings, your top 10.
11th tonight, Thomas Komachewski, great run. Evan Mesnard, same thing. Sean O'Brien Jr. gets 13th. William Owens, 14th. 15th, Kevin Zosiak. Finishing in 16th will be Stephen Williams, followed by Cliff Mullins, Daniel Llewellyn, Andrew Dyson, and Neil Pearson, rounding out your top 20 finishers.
21st goes the way of Tanner Marti. Then it's Derek Heitman who gets to 22nd. Not going to be enough likely for the postseason, though. Jacob Simpson, Billy Brickley, Alex Coffey, Clayton Hoffman, Ralph Hutchinson, Chad Sander, and Jonathan Delaney are the rest of your running order drivers here tonight. Let's look top to bottom at the race order here tonight in this one. So we have the rest of your running order drivers here tonight. Let's look top to bottom at the race order here tonight. Just about here. So let's take the opportunity here to speak with some of your drivers here. Nicholas Vroman able to come away in the victory. So Nicholas, first things first, how does it feel to be able to get yourself the win at Bristol after a long night here at the Last Great Coliseum?
To be honest with you, I didn't know how tonight was going to work out. These are literally the first laps I ran, half hour before this race started. So turned out a lot better than I expected. A lot of good people got wrecked, though. Delaney and Hoffman, a bunch of really good guys got wrecked. So if they're still in here, who knows where we would have finished, but we were able to pull it off.
So on that note here as well, what was the process like for you trying to adapt to the car? Because Ralph Hutchinson felt it was like PJ1 was put on this racetrack. What did it feel like to you compared to past Bristols?
Honestly, I was a little tight. I felt like I had a bunch more drive off the corner than pretty much about everybody on the track. But I gave up. I was super tight end entry. So yeah, pretty much the whole race. I really didn't feel loose at all, honestly.
Side note, I seen you left yourself here on this Discord the entire week. I think you worried the field. What happened?
I got off and never got back on a rig till Friday night when I qualified.
So were you surprised the reaction for the whole field being like, is he okay? What's update the hour of the wellness check?
Oh man, it brings almost a tear to my eye seeing everybody so concerned about Roman here. It just means I'm loved, and I love everybody that loves me, so I love everybody.
Anyone you want to go shout out to here tonight?
Except Kim Bryan. I don't love him. He builds good sets, though. He's got some pretty good sets. I'm joking. Kim's all right. He builds some good sets, so shout out to him, everybody at Ryko. I guess they built a pretty good car this week. Everybody on track, man. Adam, Joseph Galata. Those are some fun freaking battles right there. That was a blast. And shout out to Pete, man, my spotter. Because he yelled at me a bunch, so that's cool. But yeah, shout out to him.
Congratulations on the run.
Shout out to you guys. Shout out to you guys.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much here, Nick.
Thank you.
Nicholas Roman comes with the win with this one here tonight. It was close for Adam. Benefield ends up finishing second instead, but he was closing again before the end. He was with Kirk.
Hey, Adam Benefield, Kirk in the booth, got a copy.
Oh, yeah.
I got to ask you, man, hey, you had that run, you had a faster car at the end, and then just slight contact. Tell me, how did your race go this afternoon, and how did it feel to have that long of a green flag run around Bristol?
It was fun to finally get one, but, just the biggest thing that we were worried about tonight was dodging all the crap and making sure that we advanced to the next round, and we did that before the end of stage one, what it seemed like. So even starting all the way back in the field, but I was just riding. I was chilling. I was going to take my points and go on, and then you started talking crap about how far off everybody is from the top two. So you lit a fire under my rear end, and I decided to go drive it. And I seen with 180 to go, we were good at that last caution. We were good on fuel, but I knew that Joe was going to go and probably be tight long run, and then Vroman, I didn't really know what the hell to do with Roman. I was just going to wing it, if we're being honest. So luckily they got to racing and we caught up. And yeah, you know, I mean, I felt like we had the car to win, especially there at the end. But we about busted our butts out of whatever turn that was and got lucky and saved it.
It was one heck of a save too, and you still recovered to almost come back to even have a chance to get it to the back bumper. So that was awesome too. Gotta ask you, man. I mean, the entire beginning part of the race, you said that your goal was just trying to survive and avoid the big wrecks, trying to make sure you advance. At what point did you hit the go button?
When you started talking crap.
I knew it. I had a feeling that a lot of fire under somebody. I'm glad it happened. It was cool to see you drive through the field and get up to the top two. That was awesome. And anybody you want to shout out?
Yeah, Kyle Ammon for the paint for the Neon Knights, and that it's basic, it's clean, but my God, it looks sexy in my opinion. It looks really good, so I'm glad we were able to give it a good run. Brendan Hastings, he threw together. He got on here and worked on a car and kind of tweaked it a little bit for our weather tonight. And I've been playing in a big golf tournament this weekend, so I got on about 15 minutes before the race, and I probably got to run a total of 10 laps in it. And I just was like, hey, let's see how it works out. And we ran it, and I'll be dang if I mean, the kid knows what he's doing apparently. So we had a good hot rod. So everybody at Team Conti, you guys for broadcasting, Bobby for skipping out on the race and not being here. So we had some legit admins tonight. Thanks to B. Hicks and Jason and everybody that does this, man. It was a good run. There you go. So it was
pretty
fun.
good.
It's fun.
Yeah.
And congrats to Roman. It's always fun racing Roman. I know that we can race the living piss out of one another, and if we hit or we wreck, you know, something like what happened tonight, it was just good hard racing. There was no I don't know the word that I'm looking for, bull crap involved with it, trying to wreck one another for the win. So
I hear you.
Congrats to him.
Got a lot of door banging in and still ended up saving the car, getting back up to second. That was awesome, Adam. And congratulations on the top two podium.
Thank you.
Back to you, Justin.
Adam Benefield coming away second tonight. Joseph Galata, he finishes off in third. Joseph, how would you describe your night? As it seemed like the car just fell off at the end.
Yeah, I was chasing the car all race. I never felt really comfortable. Had the speed, and then by the time Vroman got to me there at the end, I was 5 laps short on fuel, and my right front didn't want to turn anymore. So I intentionally backed it off to make it.
Overall, though, you had some great fire off early on in this race. What was that like in terms of just having that ability to pull off in a way like we've seen the first 50?
It felt good. Just wish it maintained better. Like, I wish I had that Richmond performance. Just didn't have it in the car. I think I probably needed to back the pace down, and probably would have been better off doing that, to be honest. But, you know, it felt good. Felt like we showed up, led a lot of laps. It's sucky to not, you know, get the win, but, you know, it was a fun battle, and I had a lot of fun doing it.
So on that note here, what's your approach for next race? I believe it's New Hampshire. Yes, New Hampshire is coming up next, part of the schedule, as well as Kansas and Charlotte.
I'm going to continue trying to build good race cars for the boys that are underneath me, working with me, because they're in the playoffs, and they're honestly more important than I am. I don't want to jump restarts anymore and get penalties. That was fun at Gateway last week. Yeah, that's all I can really do is, you know, try and bring the best equipment that I possibly can next week and the races following.
Any shout out you'd like to give here tonight?
Yeah, I'd like to give everybody, I'm now starting up my own chassis setup thing called Bigfoot Chassis Collective. I'd like to thank the boys that are working with me for running a bunch of laps this week and grinding it out with me, trying to figure out this car to show up and be, quick.
Congratulations on the run here tonight, Joseph.
Thank you so much.
Joseph Galata. That's the top three here tonight. I'd like to thank the entire top three speakers during post-race coverage here on Maconi Entertainment. Kirk, what are your final thoughts on tonight as the round of 16 is complete? We can definitely say for certainty that there are 4 drivers out. The names we had already mentioned from earlier that are officially, unofficially out: Derek Hyman, Alex Murray, Patrick Gitter, Matthew Lawn.
Well, I mean, it's just 3 of them didn't show for most of the races, so that's going to happen sometimes. But Heitman, he could have made it through to the end of this round, but unfortunately gotten caught up for most of the races, so that's going to happen sometimes. But Heitman, he could have made it through to the end of this round, but unfortunately gotten caught up in somebody else's accident. Nothing he could do to avoid it, and that's what took him out. But what I can say, next week in New Hampshire, it's going to be interesting to see the new round of 12 and how they're going to be able to operate. It's going to be a lot of fun to watch.
We'll see that in New Hampshire, September the 20th, 8:25 p.m. start time. Once again, be sure to tune in here on Maconi Entertainment. But on that note, it's time to say goodbye. We'd like to thank you for tuning in for tonight's coverage here from Bristol. Calling the action tonight was myself, Justin Prince. Alongside the booth, once again, was Kirk Mills. DJ Lyon was producing. Thanks to our viewers for watching tonight's racing action. I hope you stay tuned to our social media pages for our next race. Thanks to the entire staff for their work in bringing this racing to you. This has been a production of Maconi Entertainment. We'll see you next time.
When you want to be the best, you can't settle for the rest. For anything on iRacing, there's just one name you need: Maconi.
With the launch of Maconi Entertainment and Maconi Competizone alongside Maconi Setup Shop, we now provide the best of the best in setups, paint schemes, coaching, broadcasting, and event organization.
With cars across all 4 license classes, we have what you need to hit the track with confidence. Grab a subscription and save money while going fast at MaconiSetupShop.com/subscriptions.
And remember, at Maconi Setup Shop, there are setups, but your victories.